Return to the Mac, episode 128, M.A.C, Moss, Andrew, Carl.
Yeah.
What's good, fellas?
Not much, man. What's up with you?
Nothing much. Kind of feels
Bing
weird.
bong.
You like that shit too? I don't understand it.
It's so catchy.
I don't understand it though.
It's hilarious. It's one of the most. You've seen them little edits that people do when they just put shit together in different ways to make it sound wild. It was one of those. You never seen one of those before?
I mean, yeah, I get that, but I didn't know what it was.
It's hilarious though.
Like where it originated from. Who is this?
It's this dude interviewing people on the street. You know the people that be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Just random people on the street talking to them, asking them wild questions. You're just one of those dudes.
This dude is
How do you feel
hilarious.
about
They just mix one of these
Joe Byron?
What's up,
That's
baby?
how it goes. How do you feel about Joe
What's
Byron?
up, baby?
I didn't see that one.
You gonna take me out to dinner? Hey, yo!
Yeah.
What was that?
What is? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
It's funny though, bro. Just ride with
Some
it,
New
man.
York City shit that everybody is saying now. Caught on the whole world. The whole
Bing bong.
The whole U.S.
I like it.
Whoever that is got to come up with some merch.
Oh, it's already. Yeah, he's
Oh, it's
already.
over. It's a wrap.
Oh, so
That's
you
gotta
got
been done already.
You
Said
got
he's
to.
a rapper.
Otherwise, you gotta capitalize.
Probably
on
not
that
even
shit.
him. Somebody did that shit. Already.
You ever heard his music?
Oh, it's an artist.
Yeah, Schultz talked about him. I thought this is where you knew that from.
Oh no.
Schultz
Now I've been
talked
seeing
about
the
one of
skits of
Flagrant.
people doing it. And I seen like one of the original skits of the dude talking. He was saying it.
Oh, no. Well, Schultz was talking about this video, that one clip that had gone like crazy everywhere. It's got like 6 or 7 little parts to it where they just smashed it all together.
Yeah.
But this dude is he's some Bronx or Queens rapper.
Oh.
But he's fucking hilarious. His Instagram is hilarious. Just mad videos like that of him just messing with people in the street. But he like reposted Schultz and stuff, and they were kind of shouting each other back and forth.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. I don't know what his name is. I forget, but he's a funny dude. I thought he had.
Come on, Chubb. You gotta punch that shit in.
We got a lot of Monday Night Football going on during the recording of this, so we'll try to stay focused.
Games all over the place. We'll get to that.
What can we say? But yeah, Bing Bong. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's taking over.
Yeah,
Did you see that the White House just did one?
No,
Like
no.
with the Jonas Brothers.
When it gets to the White House, it's over. It's over, bro. When it gets to the White House.
With the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
The fuck they doing at the White House?
They was doing the
Shoot,
skit.
it's
People
like
using that
promotional
voiceovers to
TikTok,
do
yeah.
TikTok things.
Right. I know that.
So they probably did one of
It was
those.
probably
just
for the
did it at the
vax
White
or
House.
something. I don't remember.
He did
But,
say
like,
Joe Biden.
was in it. Yeah, it was like a thing that they put together. I'm sure it was for a vaccine.
I see
Promotion.
Kamala did a
Oh my
interview
God.
with Charlamagne the God
She did.
That clip was hilarious.
of her of him asking who's the
That's all
president.
I've seen. Yeah, all I've seen is that clip.
And she's like, hold on, like, as she's as if she's offended or something.
What?
She was hot.
Yeah, I mean, I think she just had to play that way.
Nah, I don't think so.
Called him
I
a
think
Republican. I
I
watched
think
the
she
interview.
was not feeling his question.
She wasn't really hot though. Like you could tell, because I watched the interview a little bit. She went off for that second, and then it like came back down. It was one of them just like she was just trying to make a point.
Yeah, but she's a politician. I mean, you know she wasn't gonna like completely lose her cool or nothing.
It's just funny when you can tell when they're putting on because they just shut it off so fast and it was like, oh, you just all right. I see what you did there. You knew what time it was, but you going to have an interview with Charlamagne, so I'm gonna do this right now. That's what it seemed like to me.
I just think it's funny that our vice president has time to sit down with Charlamagne the God.
What you mean?
I just think it's just one of the things that's funny about the United States of America. It's like, it's no way. How do you have time for this? How do you have time for this? It's a Comedy Central show? Our vice president is on Comedy Central?
I mean, Charlamagne's pretty big though, right?
I'm just, bro, he's not big enough to be sitting down with the vice president.
Charlamagne been sitting down with all the president candidates for like the last 5 years.
I mean, he has, but I mean,
brand into that.
but what I'm saying is just that's how I feel like it's just an embarrassment.
Oh, so the White
That's what I
House?
just feel like, yeah.
Really
You gotta go get that black vote, baby.
It's just,
You know what time it is?
we got to be honest about this. Like, yo, come on.
Gotta go get that black vote, baby. You ain't black if you don't vote. Democrat.
That's what he said.
Huh? It's a bar.
You ain't black if you don't vote Democrat. They should have definitely used that as a slogan.
There's
Joe Biden tried it.
There's
Joe Byron.
He tried that shit. Joe Biden.
She did it again.
Joe Byron now.
She did it again in that clip. There's something about Charlamagne that they just feel like they can challenge his blackness, and that's gonna swing his opinion, I guess.
He
It's
just be
weird
sitting
this
right
happened twice with him as the interviewer now.
He just be sitting right there looking at him like, oh, okay. And he's asking this question. Like,
I thought Charlamagne's whole like vibe during that
get money.
that clip was hilarious. He was like, they're acting like they can't hear me. And then she was like, I can hear you. He was like laughing about it. He was like, they're really going to try to not answer my question.
Yeah, because the woman in the back tried to shut down the interview. We got to go. I was like, damn.
That shit was funny. I had just listened to Brilliant Idiots the day before that came out on Instagram. And Charlamagne was talking about, there's a clip coming out. I can't say what it is, but people will be talking about it all next week, and we'll talk about it on Brilliant next week. And I was like, oh shit, that's the one.
Right,
that's the clip for sure.
He knew what he had.
Damn.
He knew what he had.
Yeah, he's got more.
What else happened here?
He knew what he had. I got the vice president going off.
Yeah, that was super random. I saw that today though too. What else is going on?
Nothing major. I guess. What y'all do this week?
I'm trying to remember.
Finish up some Christmas shopping.
Finish it up.
I think.
Were you out there? Were you out there with the people?
Oh no, I ain't doing
There's a lot of people out there.
God.
Online.
Yeah, just going out in the crowds.
Nope.
I think I went out for something like just to grab coffee Saturday morning, like late morning.
To a jump.
And it was so many people out.
In that brunch time
definitely
frame?
not doing nothing else as far as like shopping is concerned. I think I said the same thing like last Christmas, but Christmas is just so boring at this point. Like it's just not a thing at all for me anymore without having kids like y'all do. Right. My mom, I was asking my parents like what they wanted and stuff. We were never huge on gift giving. They were like, all right, give us a minute. We'll think of something or whatever. They hit me back yesterday and were like, we really don't need anything. Just whatever you were going to spend, like use that for my sister and her family. I was like, all right, bet. I mean, if that's what y'all want, then it's done.
Right.
Because them living in Guatemala, I can't even send them gifts. I'm sending her a bunch of money and like telling her who this money goes to. So my entire Christmas shopping was done this morning when I hit send on the transfer button to my sister.
That's love.
I literally have nobody else that I'm like intentionally buying gifts for. If I see something,
better when it's simple, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that part of it, but it does make it like less fun. It's fun to get gifts and stuff. When, you got something that somebody's going to really like or whatever.
See the kids open it and all that.
Yeah. All the excitement around that stuff it's a little bit more boring, but I'm excited to be off of work and stuff. Get some family time this week.
Yes, indeed.
Sure, with kids, man, holidays is a bunch of wasted money.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Of course.
A bunch of wasted
I can imagine.
money.
It's all part of the game, baby.
It's a part of the game.
Y'all looking forward to it, though? I mean, Christmas morning's got to be fun.
It's early.
You waking up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but kids just I don't wake up and be up and at them all the fucking time. Sometimes I just want to fucking lay there.
No, get over it. It's Christmas time.
It's cool. It's cool. You know, we're gonna do the whole bacon brownies thing and maybe some cookies and shit for Santa or whatever.
Okay.
Do that whole
Been a long time since I even thought about that. I forget that used to be like a regular part of it.
We set out the milk.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the cookies and shit. And I fucked them shits up about midnight and go to bed. That's
the whole scheme.
That's it. That's how it works out.
Yeah. I'm past all that. At this point.
Oh yeah, you're done with that kind of stuff now.
Yeah, ain't no more routine. She got it. She kind of been new. She was like faking it the last few years, but now it's just like, you know, I know what time it is. It's you. I'm gonna tell you what I want.
Yeah, right.
I don't even remember like how that transitioned when I was a kid.
But
because there was definitely a period of time where I knew and just never said anything, and I think they knew I knew. But it was just like, let's just nobody address it.
Right.
It doesn't really matter as long as there's presents here that morning.
Yeah.
Nobody
it's gonna be kind of weird.
I got bamboozled one time into like one of them jumps where you really think like, yo, he might be fucking weird. I was in a situation right, like, all right, I wanted these Jordans, right? I forgot what number Jordans they was. I was in like 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, or something like that. Had these Jordans. He said those were the ones.
It was there.
I don't know what they was, but I wanted these Jordans bad, right? And mom just kept telling me she couldn't get them. They were sold out everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Like the whole few weeks leading up. So I'm thinking like, shit, I ain't gonna get them shits. Whatever. Christmas Day come. Wake up that morning, go get our shit, boom, boom, look at the shit. Then somebody come knock on the door, right? Somebody come knock on the door. I'm like, yo, who the fuck at the door? It's early. You know, we getting up early as hell. Go up to the door. Box laid right there with a note on it. I'm thinking like, all right, All right, hold on. I didn't know who the fuck it was who knocked at the door. They was gone when we got there. Of course, you know they made it. It got me good.
They sold
got the shit. They with the shoes. Boom bap. Found out later that it was my aunt that had like snuck off down in the basement and went around the house and did the shit. But I was believing that shit for a minute. Like, yo, how the fuck? Yo, that's crazy.
That's funny.
But you know,
hey, they put in the work to sell you.
Yeah, they did.
Respect that.
They got me.
I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that conversation is going to be like to tell my daughter that Santa Claus is no longer real, because my son will still be in that stage. They're 7 years apart,
right?
Or like 6 years apart.
Yeah.
So he'll still be in that stage where he's believing in Santa Claus. So I don't know. It's gonna be.
Do you remember when you found out?
No, I don't. I can't remember exactly when I found out. I remember like when I was kind of like on the edge, like on the fence about believing it, and then my dad had, what I know now was one of his co-workers come by the house dressed up as Santa Claus in the middle of the night and shit, and I thought it was the fucking real Santa Claus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mean,
man, they sold y'all.
Yeah, fucks me up, man.
Yeah, the tricks they come up with, bro. They really be selling that shit.
Real hard work. I don't remember ever caring. Like, I do remember being like in elementary school and some kids would say he's not real, and I would be like, I don't really know. I kind of think he is still, but I don't. But I like, my stance was always, I don't care as long as there's presents.
Right. Exactly.
Like, that's all that mattered about.
I think that's
them Gibbs ain't dead.
I think that's
we got a problem.
Right. Then we got issues, but I think it just kind of resolves itself at some point. Enough people say they don't believe that you're like, oh, it's probably not real.
And look, if most of these kids, badass kids, got lumps of coal like they're supposed to, it'd be a lot of fuck Santas out there. Like, fuck this guy.
They ain't giving it to him real.
Right. I hate this dude. I hate Santa. That's what it would be.
Now it's just, it's just the mandatory, the standard, no matter what.
Yeah.
What's that? What's the standard?
Like you had to be, on the good list or the bad list.
Oh yeah, everybody's.
I guess that story has died off over the years.
No doubt. Well, I'm sure we'll have Christmas stuff to talk about next week after.
Of course.
What do we got for this week? You said that we said there was a lot of topics we got.
It was a good little slate.
We were going to start with music stuff.
Did y'all see that Big Sean interview on Drink Champs?
I did not.
Yeah, I mean, I saw clips of it. Just him.
Clips.
It was really just everything I saw was just about him and Kanye.
Of course, that's what everybody's waiting on. The response to Kanye.
I didn't really hear much of a response though. It's just a bunch of shit that I didn't. Maybe I got to listen to like the whole interview for context, but it was like he's telling a story about a bunch of shit I don't know about, so therefore the story doesn't really make sense. To me, that's what I, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it never really got to the root of why Kanye felt the way he feels. And, I mean, apparently Big Sean was saying, like, I don't really have an issue with Kanye.
The clip right here, Mr. Word.
Okay.
See what Sean had to say.
Being signed to Kanye is a golden opportunity. Right. It's something that he changed my life and I love him for that. But every time Kanye has called on me, every single time, no matter what I was doing, within 1 day's notice, I'm wherever he's at, bro. And whether it's to contribute to him in the studio, whether it's to contribute a line, write a verse for him. He just take maybe parts of the verse, maybe the whole verse, maybe just to help him with his vibe, like just to help him catch a vibe wherever he's at in the world, bro. I've traveled around the world for this man every time he's called. And I've done this and not asked for publishing a lot of the times. Why? Because he gave me a golden opportunity of signing to good music. Right. A lot of people are signing good music. I just want to keep that in mind. But not a lot of people nobody on good music has put out 5 LPs and back to back number ones, right? I was the first person to tweet Kanye for president. The first one. Right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. So when being signed to Kanye, when I heard what he was talking about, it didn't make sense, bro, because my manager saw my record deal and said, this is a record deal. I would never say that, though, because there's an opportunity I can work my way out of anything.
And when you say management, you're not saying Rock Nation?
Yeah, I'm saying Rock Nation.
Okay, Rock Nation, okay.
Yeah, actually, he hooked me up with, I'm saying Rock Nation. I'm saying Jay Brown. Said it was the worst deal he'd ever seen.
Wow.
And this man, I had to spend my own money auditing my label because millions of dollars are missing, and you can tell when millions of dollars are missing.
Of course.
Right?
Yes. You should be.
I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my label, thinking Universal owed me this money, and the money had been paid to good music. When I
go on more. You kind of get the gist.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So he gave off his grievances. It was a lot more after that. The situation, how he felt about Kanye. Basically say he thought it was some bitch ass shit for him to come up here and say that shit about him. So to speak.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty interesting, especially when he get into the talks about his deal and stuff.
Right.
And the worst deal he'd ever seen. I doubt it was that, but
that's what his manager said. Was his manager supposed to say that?
Yeah, of course, he's always been trying to get him a better deal.
Right.
That's what he's supposed to do. But I don't know. I'm not very interested in the back and forth between the two.
I'm not either. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but I don't really care either. I believe Sean, to be honest with you.
Right.
Like he doesn't. He
seems like he's been very loyal.
Yeah, he doesn't seem disingenuous in what he's saying, and it's not that hard to. I don't find it very difficult to think that Kanye could be like just an asshole,
right?
Easy,
and not somebody that's easy to work with.
Yeah, I mean,
not to give. Yeah, I mean,
it's Kanye.
So any of that stuff that gets said about him, I don't find very surprising.
Yeah,
it doesn't make him look very good, in general. But I mean, at this point. Most everybody's got their mind made up.
Cares.
Okay, you do.
Everybody's got your mind made up about what you think.
Really cares.
That's crazy. People really don't care though. They ain't give a shit about this interview. People really not caring. It ain't had the impact as when Kanye had dissed him.
Oh, yeah,
of course. Of course, because it's Kanye, but it's like,
of course, the timing is a little rough too,
right?
Because like right after it happened, there was like a lot of buzz around. Kanye said all this wild shit, like what's Big Sean got to say. But at this point, it's like 2 months past.
Yeah.
It's
I think he said when they put it out, he was like, "Yo, I forgot I did this interview. We did this like a couple months ago." Okay. So they probably did it like right after that it happened with Kanye, but they just ain't put it out to December, which is kind of a long time.
Up on that. Drink Champs did.
Yeah, in this era, you can't wait 2 months to put something out that we know like that shit done died off now.
Yeah, particularly if it's something like that. Yeah, like if it's beef related, you want to get that out in the midst of whenever everything is going on.
Exactly. But hey, Drink Champs been killing it, so who could tell them what to do?
No doubt.
Come out with a banger every week.
I don't think I listened to one of theirs since the Kanye interview.
I haven't since then. I used to listen to them early on, like when they were kind of first getting started.
They talk to a lot of the OGs, so you probably wouldn't. That's mostly who they talk to, the legends, so to speak.
I mean, so what are you trying to say?
We all know
you like the young guys. That's why you listen to Act. You like to listen to the young Lils.
I don't listen to the Act podcast a whole bunch.
I feel you.
Just saying.
You probably listen to that more. You listen to Drink Champs, right?
Look,
exactly. Definitely. That's my point made.
Definitely.
Point made. You know,
if they had somebody on there I was interested in listening to, then I would.
Yeah, Kanye, the guy that's one of your favorites of all time.
Kanye, there you go. I click on it. They've had some other interviews I've watched though.
Yeah, they got a lot of them.
I wasn't really interested in listening to Big Sean cry about Kanye.
I don't think that was the whole interview. Of course, they just gonna use those clips though.
Right, because that's
for the viral.
Was popular.
Yeah, their interviews be long as shit. They should be long too, like 2 to 3 hours almost.
Yeah, they are usually really long.
Right, and a lot of that shit. That was the only time I think I've ever listened to a 3-hour podcast was the Kanye interview. I think I walked away regretting it.
By the end of that one, it got a little bit boring and stuff. I don't mind the length of a podcast because I don't just sit down and like just watch that for the most part. I'm usually doing something else or starting it. Like I'm not planning to sit down and finish this 3 hours. So I'm going to listen to 20 minutes, pause it, and come back to it tomorrow or something.
Right.
But
I like to break it.
There's just not that many people that are that interesting to me.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Only a few.
Yeah, I break it all down. Listen 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there.
Yeah.
Till I knock them out.
What else? What else this week?
Well, let's talk about your boy.
No, here we go. Well, who's my boy?
Getting the Beats by Jim Jones.
You want to talk about this. What you got to say, bro? What we got? We got some
Freddie
new information.
Gibbs, Jim Jones. Supposedly, what happened, they were both in Miami.
Yeah.
Jim Jones walking into a restaurant called Prime 112.
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs walking out of the restaurant.
Yeah. In the entrance.
They've had this beef since, I don't know, like 2014 or some shit.
They've had beef for a little while.
Good long time. And apparently they've never run into each other.
Subtle beef, yeah.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Jim Jones and his crew moved some furniture around.
Because it was on site.
in there.
Yeah, I always see Jim out here working out. He ready for the tussle.
Got hit with a salt shaker.
If it's anybody that's ready for the tussle, it's Jim Jones. As much as this motherfucker be doing street workouts all the time on his Instagram.
Yeah, I mean,
he ready for that. He really ready for that.
I told you that tweet. I shared it. I thought it was just hilarious. This guy was like, I work out at the same gym as Jim Jones and his crew. Very nice guys. I say all that to say that. They're very nice guys, and they lift a lot of weight. I say all that to say I hope Freddie is okay. Like, yeah, I mean,
he looked like he was all right the next day. He looked like he got beat up.
I think that was an old video he posted.
Oh, okay, that's what we doing.
I think it was. You got the same face. He didn't tweet or anything. Like
he got the same face. Yeah, it's the same face.
No, he got the save. Like let me throw something out there.
He was posting him in Miami. He was still in Miami.
He could have took that pic.
All right, so it was a fake video.
I know Jim Jones took a video of him at a video shoot.
Yeah, in Miami.
You know that is like real
His
time.
can't be fake. He ain't never shot a video in Miami before.
No, I mean, but he's shooting a new video. This is good. All of this is going to be. This is documented. So it's like, all right, I'm just saying, look.
You sound crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
Somebody who was like super Twitter fingers like Freddie Gibbs, if people was all out on the internet talking about you got beat up that, beat up this, you don't think he would put out some kind of statement talking about, come on, like, this is completely false.
He did put a video like that. That's the video I'm talking about.
He put out a video of him. He didn't even address the situation. It was him smiling in the camera.
You shouldn't because it's a charge.
Looked like he was walking through a mall and he said, "It's me, Rabbit." He could have took that video at any time.
Oh, I ain't see that. I seen the one where he was walking out. He was outside somewhere.
Oh, well, anyway. I mean, I don't know.
He tweets and does Instagram all the time, so he be posting shit.
You would think he would have said something about it.
I mean, what
like directly. You would think somebody would have. I mean, you ain't about to play with me, my name.
Why you think
this? Like,
why do you think somebody got to say something?
Running with it.
Say something to the internet.
You got this dude that your sworn enemy. You done gave him the gas like this. On a story like this? No, I'm about to squash this story immediately.
That sound like you want someone to be on some Kodak shit. These is 35, 40-year-old men right now.
Fighting.
They're not doing fighting on the internet.
They're fighting. Bro, don't tell me.
But you ain't seen not one clip of it, though. If it was one of these young rappers, you would have seen mad clips of this fight.
Maybe,
you ain't seen nothing from this fight because that's how grown men handle their business. They ain't putting it on the internet.
But people that are fighting generally are not the ones recording it.
Right.
So that means nothing. They have no control over what makes the internet.
So why ain't nothing out there? Why ain't nothing no control over that?
I mean, there's plenty of statements out there, but I mean, nobody recorded that. I don't know exactly what happens. I just know what the story was. And to me,
the story that was told.
And to me, I don't know. It just further builds the case of Freddie Gibbs being a Papa Doc like figure.
Because he got into a fight. Because he got into a fight, it makes him a Papa Doc. What about the people that never get into fights?
No, it's because he got into a fight and apparently got the brakes beat off of him. And you're in Miami. And I mean, he's supposed to be, and he's supposed to, I mean, it's Freddie Gibbs, right? I mean, he's supposed to be a big vice lord killer, something like that.
Why you gotta be a killer?
Miami.
Why you gotta be a killer? He's a rapper.
You in Florida.
Freddie Gibbs is a rapper.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm saying now. You gotta next time, like, no more vice lord shit and all of that stuff. You are a rapper now. Like that's what you bang. That's what you claim. Because you in Miami, you in Florida, they got to stand your ground law. If anybody's threatening to do you any harm, you can up it.
So now somebody got to die.
If that's what he rap about.
What we talking about?
Does he not rap about this stuff? Do you not rap about this stuff?
These are rappers that are making millions of dollars.
Did you?
They're not going around trying to kill another rapper because they got some beef that's been going on since 2014.
No, I'm not saying they are. But somebody's going to do harm to me. I would be wondering at what point do you live out your music? And I don't know. You got that, and I didn't know that. I mean, Academics got a lot of time on his hands. He exposing stuff about this dude left and right.
Because he has beef with him.
He got a brother that's a district attorney.
This is what he does with people he got issues with. He goes crazy.
Don't this all sound a little weird? Your dad's a cop. Your brother's a district attorney.
Which is a lie.
And then you got another brother that's a doctor.
Freddie said it was the district attorney thing is a lie. His dad was a cop in 88 or 89 or something.
Okay.
He addressed these things. But you don't believe nothing to Freddie. Do you believe everything the act says?
I believe
so it don't matter.
The story about him and Jim Jones.
So it don't matter.
I believe the story about him and Jim. I just think I think it's interesting. Like it's a Papa Doc like figure, man. No. You gotta acknowledge that part of Freddie Gibbs. He can rap his ass off. He's a great rapper.
I'm acknowledging that he's a rapper, and you shouldn't be doing gang violence while you a rapper that everybody.
But that's exactly what he did.
You're gonna be at because you on tour. It's not something you're supposed to be.
But that's exactly what he did, though.
No, it's not.
They got into a fight in the restaurant. That's gang violence. That's what it was about.
How is it gang violence?
It was about
a fight.
It was about him saying that it was regarding the reason why the beef started was because Jim Jones was throwing up a V and an L, which is one of his brands or something like that. Yeah. And Freddie Gibbs told him, like, you not a vice lord, you can't throw that up or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why. So you talk about all these grown men, this is some childish shit that they fighting over.
It could be more.
At what point does, I don't know. That's all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he should have caught a body necessarily, but we should have heard some different stories. If Freddie Gibbs is who he raps about being,
because you gangster, you should be alleviated for ever taking an L. That can't ever happen to you.
No, I mean,
like you can't take an L because you was a gangbanger. That makes sense.
I'm not saying that, but if somebody beat my ass in a state where it is completely legal for me to defend myself at all costs, then you wouldn't hear that story would have came out a whole lot different. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Are we almost done with this?
I don't know.
I mean, that's all I want to get on.
Everything I ain't got to end with death. That's all I got to say. That don't make sense. That's stupid.
I didn't say it had to.
Rappers die. I don't want to see
that. I didn't say it had to.
This has been a troll job for a week now.
I know.
I'm surprised that you even entertained this, Moss.
Because I can't let him just carry on whatever he see on some blog like it's supposed to be real.
It's probably better than at least.
This is the story, though. This is the story.
I understand.
There were other people there that
you can't admit that you fully believing in the bullshit, but not using your brain and none of it.
Well, that's the troll job. That's the troll job.
There were other people there that witnessed this. It might not be recorded.
Yeah, you know him. You know everybody was there.
It's the power of social media.
What else did we have today for music? Please.
Oh, no. What we got? Tori and Meg Trout going on?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
What, they took the stand on or something? What happened?
No, it's the trial's not going on yet. It's the preliminary.
They made their statements and stuff, right? About their cases.
Something like that. Their lawyers did, yeah. I mean, honestly, as the details start to come out, Tori just looks more innocent.
Right.
It was supposed to be a witness there that says that the muzzle flash or whatever was closest to was furthest away from Tori. So saying that, like, apparently if a gun was shot, it didn't look like it was coming from Tory Lanez. He didn't have any gun residue on his hands, gunpowder residue on his hands, and it was apparently the hospital no longer has the fragments that were pulled out of.
Yeah, I heard that.
Megan's foot.
Lost the evidence.
So, I mean, to me, it just looks like Tori was just more and more innocent as the case unfolds. But he's facing up to like 20-something years.
Yeah, fight for his life.
For this shit.
Fight for his life. For sure.
Yeah, they say that it was likely to be Megan's friend that shot her.
I heard that.
Or shot the gun at her.
Heard that.
But then I'm just wondering, like, did she even really get shot? I still don't believe that part. I still don't. Now, was a gun fired? Probably so. But I still don't believe the fact that she got shot by some bullet fragments.
I wonder how
the fuck did the bullets get fragmented?
People are going to respond to Meg if it comes out that he's not guilty. I wonder how that's going to happen. You think it's going to be people really don't care no more?
It won't be
like it just is what it is.
She won't be canceled. Can women get canceled?
Did Chubb just get in there again? Oh no, that was a replay. So
can women get canceled? Have we seen a woman get canceled?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know. Ellen did.
Oh yeah.
What's John Legend's wife? They canceled her recently.
Oh, Chrissy Teigen.
Chrissy Teigen, yeah, they'll get you about it if you do something. They find a tweet from 2012.
Ellen was probably the best one too.
Extremely unlikely that they're going to find like evidence that it didn't happen. So what's going to happen is he'll most likely say he's found not guilty. It'll just be because there's not enough evidence that he is guilty. So there's not. I don't foresee there being like a big backlash against Meg because there's not like proof that she lied.
Right.
Feel like he's not guilty and we move on. I don't think it'll change much. I don't think people care much either way at this point anymore. Again, because of the time that's passed.
Yeah.
And he's already been punished. So, like, there's not anything extra that's going to happen.
What do you mean?
Unless
Punished in like the public eye type shit?
Unless he's found guilty
Yeah,
of his
I mean,
jail
blackballed.
time, there's nothing else that could happen more than he's already faced the penalties outside of jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Trying to make money while being blackballed. All your albums getting hidden. Gotta go search for him.
Find it. You gotta just be on his Instagram to know when he's got music coming out.
No
But
promo.
I don't think much is gonna come of it. I haven't paid much attention, to be honest. So
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna blow on over, but we'll see how it plays on out.
Well, I'm hoping for a speedy trial for Tory Lanez.
is there anything that could have happened that you would have said that it doesn't look good for him or he is guilty, you think?
I mean, if they would have found like the clear evidence of like him having gun residue on his hands and stuff like that, then
They had something on tape.
oh yeah, right. If they had it on tape for sure. that would be
Like
sure.
Kels.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he's saying.
You're trying to double back there. I'm just saying.
You have a
It's multiple stories here.
You
The
have
one
a
that-
knack for making an initial decision when you hear a story, and then whatever you initially decided, you just die on that hill for the rest of your life.
Oh, well,
It just doesn't matter
When the
what else
story
comes
is a
up.
consensus, like everybody's telling the same story, it's kind of easier to believe.
Like
when it's
Kels.
a bunch of like other stuff going on,
Yeah.
like you can, like a lot of the other stories being disseminated, then hey, it's up for grabs at that point. And so,
I think it all depends on who it is that if you like them or not. I think that's what it's based on.
But see, but when you're
Because you'll believe everything in the media.
where you're mistaken is that
If you
thought
hate him.
that I did not like Freddie Gibbs.
Well, if you like R. Kelly, you won't believe nothing in the media. It's all
I never
lies.
said I love his
the
music.
stories they've been telling for 30 years is all lies. What are they talking about?
He got a great product.
It's all
I never said that R. Kelly was an innocent man. I never said he was an innocent man.
Yeah.
The only thing I said is that it was unfair. The trial was unfair. Now, that's just what it was. It is.
Yeah,
bro.
but then
It's
after
just-
you said
that's
that,
it.
no matter what was presented to you, you just closed your eyes and like, nah, but the trial's not fair. I don't care what proof
it's
you got. The trial's
unfair.
not fair.
It's just it, bro. Look.
Just saying, once you made
My man
your
was
decision,
crucified before he got there. That's all I'm saying.
nothing was going to happen. Nothing that could have happened in Tory's trial would have changed your mind.
I'm never going to say R. Kelly got the raw end of a deal when he beat the first case and was free for another 15, 20 years. Like,
I don't know anything about
you didn't get the raw end of the deal in that situation, bro.
I don't know anything about
You had another 20 years to your career after that.
whatever. I don't know. I just feel like, man, some folks from Lifetime that probably should be locked up too. Shit, I don't know.
Making a movie.
I don't know. Hey, step in, do something about it. How about that?
Speaking of charges, the boy Juicy got charged.
Oh, yeah. With
Did he get sentenced?
He didn't get.
No,
I don't
he
think he's
don't
going to do no jail time.
He ain't
It's
gonna
one
do
of
no
them
jail
light.
time for that shit. They'll probably slap him on the wrist. He'll do some community service, maybe a little bit of probation or something. You're not gonna do no jail time for it. I highly doubt that.
False claims or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like, generally speaking, that is the case when you're famous, like something, especially something minor.
Yeah.
Like, as far as nobody else got hurt or anything,
Anybody died.
you would expect he's not going to get in much trouble. I thought they may try to throw the book at him the best that they could, just because they are going to try
Probably
to
pay a lot of
example
fucking
of this shit.
fines. Probably a hefty bit of fines.
Oh yeah, for
I'm
sure.
only curious about the sentencing, really.
My man will never work again over this shit.
Yeah, I doubt it.
You think somebody gonna give him a job?
Yeah.
I can definitely see a satire situation with him doing the whole thing over again on SNL or something.
Why do you think he would?
Why would you even want to bring, like, is that what you want your show to be known for? Is you got fucking Juicy Smollett on here? Or you want your show to be known for being a great fucking show?
I don't think it's
I
that
just
deep.
feel like it's
I don't
too
think
much
they
to
care.
invite.
I don't
I think they do.
I don't
I think
think
the
they
images
care
on
enough.
it.
It's not like somebody died. Ain't nobody died, bro. So now it's like just a joke. Everybody didn't believe it
Right,
in the beginning.
that's what I'm saying.
Now that
Once-
it's official
once-
that he was
Once
lying.
you bring
It's
this
like
dude on
it's
your
just a joke
set,
now.
once you bring him on your set, how can I take your show serious?
You remember
Are
this?
you serious about this show, or you just wanted to make headlines by somebody gave Jussie Smith? This show is probably shit.
I was talking about him making a joke of himself, like going on SNL or something.
I mean, he might could do that, but I'm talking about like serious work. Is what he inspired to be is this actor and singer type person, he's not going to be that anymore. Nobody's going to give him an opportunity to flourish.
You probably have a hard
like
time.
That. I would not on my platform, not on my time. So you can do some more stupid shit like this.
You remember the CNN guy that got fired for jerking off on Zoom?
Right. No. Yeah, I do. I remember that story.
It was Tubin. Jeffrey Tubin. They were calling him Lubin Tubin.
Lubin Tubin.
He got rehired by CNN.
Right.
CNN does that shit a lot, though,
months ago. I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, that is a way bigger stain on your image than what Jesse did.
Lying about something that happened to you is not that big of a deal, bro.
Plus, he fought, like, we know this stuff to be like political, as far as like if things like that can be forgiven, and he falls in line with all the stuff that media and entertainment.
You're making a movie right now. You're making a movie.
No, I wouldn't. I have morals.
Would you hire? You're making a movie. Would you hire this dude?
There's a lot of movies that come out. He might not be on the main big name Tyler Perry movie, but he can get on.
Yeah,
the movie.
Right. Nothing that he truly aspires to be. Like,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
But he wasn't on that before this, so he wasn't doing that before this. So what is it? Change. He'll still do low level shit.
That's Empire
he wasn't that big of a star before this whole situation.
No, but this
made him a household name.
I mean, he was clearly trying to be that. That's why he pulled this stunt. That's what I'm saying. He'll never be what he aspired. Like, all this shit is down the drain now.
He failed.
The career is over. It's not over. Like, you can't make any money off of it. Whatever. Yeah. But to where he thought he was going and to where he's at, yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not happening.
It's what it is.
People get what they deserve.
Empire was going down here before he decided to come up this live. Maybe this is the reason.
Empire went downhill after season 1.
That's what I'm saying. It was already tanking. Power was killing that shit.
Yeah, Power fucked them up pretty good.
Yeah.
But hey, people get what they deserve, man. That's everything you deserve.
It is what it is. You reap what you sow.
Yeah. Where we going next, guys?
2, 3. How y'all feeling? Jake Paul? We still in music. We still in music.
Yeah, before we do like the actual new music that came out, Roddy was obviously the biggest drop. You had mentioned earlier in the week, you said something you wanted to talk about on the pod, having a search for good R&B.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote that down.
I was listening to the JBP, and I know y'all don't fuck with Joe. It's still good, but I think it's still one of the best pods that talks about music in general. And of course, he's a big R&B guy, so he was just going down to, he got his guys that he knows as new R&B guys. It's cool, but just about how the female R&B lane is like kicking their ass. Like all the best R&B is coming from females right now. Like they've been bodying shit. It's kind of true. And then they end up calling Tank on the show. Because Tank had responded to him or something. So they called him on the show and he kind of broke it down. He was like, what you got to understand, for the male R&B artists right now, we're competing with much more than what the females are. We're competing with the rappers. The rappers are doing all the melodies now. So all the melodic sounds and tunes and vibes you want, you're going to Future. You're going to Young Thug. You're going to Ronny Rich. You're going to these guys for this shit. You don't want to listen to the R&B singer do it. So then, since that's what's hot and that's how you get on the charts now is to make those type of records, the R&B guys are trying to make those instead of just giving you just true R&B songs or R&B albums. And it's like, that kind of makes sense. You're kind of right about that, because that's what the lane. I've been saying this all the time about the rappers. Like, this is an R&B singer. These are R&B songs right now. They're not rapping at all. They sing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of songs like that in hip hop. Yeah. It's just good. They're classified as a rapper because they're black.
Because they got chains and golds and dreads or whatever.
I mean, I just wonder. I don't think, has it ever really changed though?
What?
I mean, haven't females always dominated R&B?
Nah. It was a time when. It was some ones out there. It was some ones out there that was dominating.
They're just more. It's always like not all of the classic R&B songs, but most of the classic R&B songs that you think of is going to be a woman that sings it.
Was that true in the 90s?
I'm not
I
don't know about that, bro.
But like, fuck yeah,
especially in the 90s. What? You know what I mean? R&B people was out there. That was the R&B golden era.
Yeah, they had a bunch of R&B groups and stuff like that.
And solo artists.
Yeah, a lot of. I'm talking specifically for men and stuff. It was a bunch of like male R&B groups and stuff like that. But I mean, the women, I felt like still kind of dominated that era. Still. I mean, I could think of a few male R&B artists that were like...
It might be more than in rap, but I don't think they dominated now.
Who are the biggest R&B artists, male artists right now?
Right now.
Who would you say?
it'll probably be like a Giveon or I like a few people, but I don't know if they really big like that. I guess you would kind of put like Black in there, but you would say he was in the rapper lane. But Black is pretty big.
Most people probably call him a rapper.
Yeah.
You think so?
But he's
Black?
Yeah.
he used to rap. He does rap sometimes, but he make R&B music. It's all R&B vibes to me. So I don't know.
Well, I can't speak to like the history, like the question that you're asking about if it's always been that way.
Nah,
but
man.
before you even finished what he said, it like clicked exactly what you were about to say, and that makes perfect sense to me. Because as a person that hasn't been a huge R&B fan, Chubb did just get a second touchdown now. As somebody that's not a huge R&B fan and has now become more of one.
Bing bong. Sorry. I had to hit that shit one time. But anyway, yeah.
It's a flag. Do we need to see what the flag is before
shit.
I continue
No, you
what
know
I
what
was
it
saying?
is. So
Fuck. All right, let's go. Reverse bing bong. Let's go.
Bong Bing.
Bong bing.
There you go.
So
the R&B shit. What was you saying?
Wasn't an R&B fan very much, and I've become quite a bit more of one now. But the R&B that I like is more R&B hip hop.
Ride
Waves. It's raw wave.
Like Blast.
It's black. It's blast. Like it's guys that sing
Blast is nice.
a lot on their songs, but they'll do a little rapidy verse. It's not even like a full rap.
I can say
but
Ty
they rap
Dolla
$ign
$ign is too. That's probably,
Yes,
that's probably one of the biggest.
But that's the kind of stuff
what
that I
R&B
like.
has always been, though.
What?
I mean, that's why they had the groups back in the day.
It's always been what?
It would be the one rapper in the group of the R&B, like in the 90s and shit. TLC, what was the other one? I mean, it's always been examples of these things that have occurred in R&B.
Yeah, but we're talking about it being more.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking
It's not
about.
saying that
You're talking
it's
about
never
R&B and rap
existed.
have always been hand in hand, sure.
Yeah, it's
We just talking about the rappers are making the R&B music, the biggest R&B hits.
I mean, but I'm saying that line's been crossed a long time ago.
all right. But one thing I feel
what
like
I'm
we
saying.
can
in the last
agree on.
decade,
Up until the last 5 to 10 years, rappers more specifically just rapped. Like doing a 50-50 mix of rapping and singing was not something that was common until more recently.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
So I think there's just a more of a blurred line in that it used to be this person raps, this person is singing. Like it's a clear, this is R&B, this is rap. Even if you throw a rap verse on the end.
That's
of
why
the
Drake
R&B
was such a big deal. He was some doing something that nobody was doing. He's not singing on one song,
he's not the
rapping on one
first
song.
person to do it, though.
He's not the first, but he made it like
I don't know what
he
you're
made it
arguing.
huge.
I don't understand what you're arguing.
I mean, but he's also skilled enough to be able to do that. I mean, I just think of people like Lauryn Hill. You know, I mean, I guess you guys don't.
You don't think I know
What are we
Hill
doing?
is?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
right
I don't know what he arguing right now.
I'm not arguing anything. I'm just saying, like, she was doing that shit before. That shit's not new to me. She was doing that shit in the 90s.
Bro, I don't know what you're not getting. We're not saying this is the first time it's ever occurred. It never happened.
Right, maybe,
before this.
yeah, right.
We're saying right now it's more frequent that they've mixed, merged R&B and rap.
Yeah,
What
the rappers
fuck
are doing.
arguing?
Yeah, that's what we
Jesus
saying.
Christ,
We're arguing
this is
nothing right now.
retarded.
I'm saying.
The whole point is that the rappers are doing majority of the hit singles that are melodic. So when an R&B male that's not a rapper comes along, they have to adapt to doing those songs because those are the melodic songs everybody wants to hear.
What about Chris Brown?
Chris Brown is.
What about him?
He just, I guess he doesn't count.
Chris Brown's been around since 03, bro. It's not even a situation you should bring him up in this conversation.
What do you mean?
Because he don't have to do that rapping shit.
No, but he can. He does.
I don't know if I follow all the as much of they have to do this, that, and the other. I just think the problem is there's just more fish in the sea at this point. The rappers that used to just stay in their lane are now doing R&B as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like now it's not just us anymore. Where the girls that are singing are still just their group. That part makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If that's what he was saying.
That's what it is.
Not,
and they flourishing. Just doing what they do.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I agree with most of that, though.
Shit, missed out on that joke. Yeah, that's all I was. Good little subject on the R&B vibes these days.
What about this Roddy album?
The Ronny Rich album was like Living Life Fast.
Live Life Fast.
Live Life Fast.
I haven't seen the greatest feedback on Twitter from the few people that I'd seen that like are music related.
Huh.
Not everybody says it. Well, actually, there was a couple people saying it was garbage. I don't think that's the case at all. But I saw a lot of people are just saying we waited this long and this is what you gave us, kind of thing. I listened through the album Friday night. I told y'all when I was playing FIFA and getting my ass kicked, and I was furious, and I was not in the mood to listen to the music. So I listened again, like right before we recorded. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't have like a strong take on it either way, but from what I had been reading, I was like, this is not near as bad as what I had read.
Right. But yeah, I enjoyed the album. I didn't, I think I said the first listen, it went by so fast that I couldn't really pay attention to any of the songs. So then I went back and listened to it again and checked it out and really listened to it. I'm like, yo, these songs is like 60 seconds, a minute and a half. I'm like, shit. And then I was like, oh, it got some vibes on here, some songs I really enjoyed on there. I'm like, well, it was a few joints that kind of pissed me off at just how short they was. I'm like, oh, he really playing this game right now. So I understand that part, but I guess I do understand it, but don't really like it.
There was some that were really short.
Bro.
A minute 35 was specifically one.
And he pump faked me with the Jamie Foxx feature. I thought Jamie was going to get on there and sing.
Yeah, he doesn't even say it.
I'm like, how you gonna get Jamie to sing? I was kind of looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
See
I
what
thought
they
it
was
was
going to put together.
pretty cool. But
Yeah.
honestly, that's the No Way is probably my favorite song
That's a good one.
on there. Or actually,
You like the one after the Tyler Dollar Sign joint.
yeah, that's just too. It's
That shit was
54
mad.
fucking seconds.
That shit was mad.
To slow it down with him and Tyler, it's fucking fire, son.
Yeah, I was upset about that.
That shit is fire. Don't you make that a full song? That could have been the best song on the album by far.
It sounded like something on Donna.
Oh yeah.
It's just what it reminded me of. It had like the church choir and stuff.
Ty was killing it. Like that 5-year joint. That shit hard. Man-made, hard. He got some slaps on there.
Yeah. That Roller Coasting is going to be the radio single.
That Roller Coasting is the one.
Gotta be.
That's the one.
You saw Roller Coasting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that one. The hook's fire. You know.
Sound
I mean,
like you put a little country swag on that.
What's going to hold Roddy back is just the terrible lyrics, man.
Bro, so bad.
It's
He's going to bring this up. How much better you think his lyrics is ever going to get?
It can if he focuses.
I think this is where we at.
It's not because I've heard
Seems
if you
like
listen
that's
to
gonna
older
be the
Roddy
case.
Rich, he got like, and the reason why the last, because you don't have to be this dude who all about metaphors and stuff like that. Just talk about something meaningful. So a lot of times he don't talk about anything.
Nothing
You know,
at all.
it's one line he says some shit that I definitely can't get behind or support. Made me almost want to turn off the song. Where he says, he says something about something matching my manicured nails. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm turning this shit off.
Oh, rappers be painting their nails these days.
But I'm just saying. It's just, I mean.
I'm sure Kodak has painted his nails at one point.
Never, bro.
That's the one that was too much.
You never know. It's kind of a thing for the young rappers.
Come on, bro. You talking about come on. Stop.
All right.
But anyway,
I mean, Youngboy doing it. He putting on face paint and everything.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. These niggas are weird.
Right.
But all I'm saying is that, like, the content about what you rap about, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I get that you might be living a different lifestyle and stuff like that nowadays, but you gotta talk about some parts of the struggle.
But we just said it back, like, he baby Future, bro. This is what Future does.
Future rap
He's
about
baby
pain,
Future.
though. If you really listen to Future,
Roddy got pain songs.
No, he don't. Not on this album. He has nothing on this album that has any. And if it does, he got like maybe one or two songs. It's just not
More
enough.
love songs. This is like Love Future.
It's not enough.
Love
it's
Future.
not. It's not enough. He got a handful of songs on here that I like. It's gonna be the Hibachi is just all right. No Way is fire.
Thailand came on hard when I first played it.
Move to Miami. I mean, Lil Baby just ate that shit up. That dude's a fantastic rapping on that.
That was cool.
And 25 Million, I think, are the only ones that I really would go back and say, hey, I'm Late at Night is Man Made.
They're more than a trend, though.
You just named like sevens.
Yeah, you named like the whole album just now. But
No,
yeah,
I didn't. I said 1,
everything
2, 3,
for the single.
4. I'll say 5 songs. Are songs that I would take away and listen to again off of this album. And it's not to say that those 5 songs were. I don't think any of those 5 songs would have made the last album. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't
So you're
listen
saying
to
it's
it
just
enough.
not better than the last one?
Not even close. It's not a. He had like ain't no War Baby type record on this. Like it damn sure ain't no The Box. I mean, he'll never get another one of those again. Like you gotta just be real.
That was
about
one of those.
But
It's like one of them jumps. Like we'll never see him probably do that again. It was one of those albums, debut albums and projects.
I don't know. I
When you
felt
go
like,
diamond, it's a level that you probably won't be able to touch.
right. I mean, that's for sure. I get that, but I don't know, man. It's just like I said, the rapping is just so bad on this as a whole. It's certain parts where it's like, all right, I don't mind it as much, or this verse is not bad. But as a whole, the rapping is just too bad for him. You can't just keep doing that and thinking you're gonna have a successful career.
Yeah, you can.
No, you
And
can't.
he will.
I did
People
think
are not
that
gonna, people are not gonna like it, bro. People don't gravitate to that shit.
Y'all don't want to listen to me though.
I
You
did
gotta have
think
something
that
to talk
Friday, when I was listening, the lyrics stood out more than they did before. It was like I feel like the best way I can describe it is like the music was so good on the first album that you could ignore the lyrics, but it wasn't like it sounded bad this time. But the lyrics, the
It's
music
all about the melodies.
music wasn't good enough to make me just be like, I can just forget about that bar. It's no big deal.
It's
There
his
was
voice,
multiple
man.
songs that I was like, those bars were so bad, I couldn't help but notice them. So I don't know. I gotta listen to it a little bit more, but
It's what I
Wasn't
keep telling
blown
y'all. He's questionably top 3 and he not 3 in the game right now of the young guys. And this is what the word this is what's gonna be for me on now.
No, it's not.
Stop
but
looking for a
this is
lyricist
what
to be
you
in the
keep
to be in the
saying
top
that,
of what it is. It's
but
not
then-
gonna be that. They want
But
that.
it's not though. No,
Yeah.
bro, because it's not what they want. It's so many guys out here that are big artists that have meaningful records.
Okay.
And rap about real life.
Right.
It's you act like it's the truth. NBA Youngboy is that's what he raps about. I mean, of course, you gonna have some but his core of his music is about pain. It's struggle rap. Kodak is about struggle rap. Like these.
All you're telling me
this
is-
shit is not lost.
All you're telling me about is a bunch of rappers that's talking about redundant shit. They're all talking about street shit.
all right, well look.
So
It's
nothing crazy.
Well,
Like-
you gotta time out 'cause they
Names.
talking about their life, bro. Everybody has a message. If I were to say Lupe only talks about this is his message. This is what he talks about.
Lupe talks
it's
about a
not
lot of things,
redundant.
though.
It's just what it's
talks about a lot of things.
It's what he's experienced, bro. That's what it is. I mean, you can't just poop. What did Jay-Z talk about his entire career? Selling cocaine and all that. It's not redundant.
It's not true.
I'm just saying
Not
that's
true. Jay-Z talked about a lot of things, not just selling cocaine.
Mostly, but I'm just saying though, that's one of the things that was redundant in his music. That's his lifestyle, bro. That's what they're gonna rap about. You're gonna rap about his lifestyle. But Jay-Z also rapped about how he getting it now, how he got it before, and how he came up. That's what people want to hear. They don't want to just hear about.
Jay-Z is not one I'm comparing to anybody that I'm talking about right there. So I was gonna leave him out the
Two
conversation.
of the guys that have been mentioned when their albums came out as being in the discussion for album of the year this year are Tyler and Russ with this last one.
I don't know if Russ is getting that. I know he's taking it to be that. He won't get that acclaim. But yeah. So I would think give it more to Cole, and Cole really played on that melodic shit like he's supposed to, but he was rapping. But Cole is Cole though. So
I don't want to have this discussion again.
you think Russ is going to be an album of the year candidate?
No, I'm not.
Off an album that just came out 2 weeks
That's
ago.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I think. Every time we have this discussion, you make it sound like the lyric stuff is dead and it'll never come back.
That's not what I'm saying. I never said that. No, I say
That's what you just said.
No. I'm gonna break this down exactly what I be saying because you making it like I'm saying there ain't no lyricists at all. 'Cause that's not true. It's mad lyricists. What I'm saying, who's gonna be considered the new Drake, Cole, and Kendrick is not gonna have to be a lyricist anymore. That's not gonna be it. You don't have to be that no more.
But the definition,
That's not even a part of the marketing board to be one of the top in the game.
what I'm saying is though is just like the definition of a lyricist might change. That don't mean that these guys are not still lyricists. That's all I'm saying. It's like especially
the
when you're
definition
speaking
of
from
a lyricist don't change.
Yeah,
It's the same
you can't just
definition
change
all the time.
definition. That's the problem. that
Well,
I
I
have
mean,
with
it doesn't fit your definition because it doesn't sound like exactly
the
what you grew up.
definition.
There's only one definition for
I
a
don't.
lyricist.
It's not. Music is a fluid thing. If you say it's only one definition, it's only one beat, it's only one song. No, it's not. You
just
can
words
carve
have
out different
definitions
music.
that mean
right?
things.
Yeah, right. You can have meaningful lyrics, And it not be a metaphor or a hyperbole. Just because people don't rap in hyperbole no more doesn't mean that their music doesn't hold weight. They're talking about real scenarios in life. That's all I'm saying is that
I'm never ever gonna say any Lil Baby or Roddy Rich or anybody is ever gonna be compared to a Cole, Drake, and Kendrick to me. They're not.
Right.
It's not even close to the rapping skills to me. Not even close.
But I got on here, but this time last year sometime, and I told you that Lil Baby can rap with any of these niggas in the rap game, and he went on a run this last year and showed he can do exactly that. He got on a Cole with track, a track with Cole and ate it up. He got on a track with Drake and ate it up. So what are we saying? You keep on saying, these guys can't rap, but then they show you examples of exactly why they can't rap every time with real rappers.
Just because you do a song with somebody does not mean that you rap as well as them now. I don't know where you got that.
But we heard him do it.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. He didn't rap better than these guys who's on tracks for me.
On the tracks. That's you get on there. Lil Baby ate them tracks up, regardless if
he ate them up in his way, but he ain't rap better than them to me.
That's what it's always gonna be. He gonna do it in his way. You want him to be something else. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying who I want him to be. He can be who he be. All I'm saying is that the landscape for what it is not a lyricist to be up there no more. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing bad or good about what he doing. It's great what he's doing. He's successful in it. Yeah. He should continue doing what he's doing. He's not a lyricist guy. He's not that type of guy.
What I'm saying though, ultimately though, is what you're trying to knock. Lyrics still matter, and that's why I'm saying that's why it's going to hurt Roddy Rich. Because he doesn't have anything to talk about right now. He's going to have to develop a story or something. Because lyrics still matter. And that's why people don't like this album as much as they did the last one. Because he don't have anything to talk about. Lyrics still matter. That's what my point is. You're not going to get a bunch of guys in the rap game that's just talking about, ice me out, this and that, and think they're going to have a super long, successful career. It's just not going to happen. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's my only point. Lyrics still matter.
I'm not saying people don't rap well no more. There's a lot of rappers that rap really well, but they're not going to be considered as one of the top in the game unless you're doing what the Lil Babies is doing, the Roddy Riches is doing, whoever else you want to put in that conversation. Those are going to be the top ones. That's what everybody want. It's the people talking. It ain't me. It's the people. I ain't put them there.
I'm just saying I think lyrics still matter. I'm not going to sit there
I never said they didn't.
They still matter. And people care about it. People don't just want to hear Roddy Rich talk about a bunch of bullshit on track. I know I don't. It's not very interesting.
I think he'll have a successful career doing exactly what he's doing. Just like all the other guys.
He's going to have more albums like this and that gets bad reviews. That's what he's going to have.
It's been 3 days. We'll see when the numbers.
You think this is a timeless?
We'll see when the numbers come back next week.
You think this is a classic album?
We'll see when that don't matter no more. That's what you messing up right. That's what you're not listening right there. That don't matter. I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter. Because when them numbers come back this week and he do over 100 something, whatever the hell you do, they won. It don't matter if it was a classic or not.
Do you think the album is gonna flop?
No, I mean,
of course it's not. You know it's not.
It's not gonna do huge numbers though.
It's not gonna go diamond because he went diamond out the gate, but he'll go platinum. For sure.
I think it'll be looked at as a flop regardless of what the numbers do. Because people are not going to play this
That's
that much.
That's a bad way to look at it.
But you looking at first week numbers, bro, as if numbers after that never matter.
They
people
will.
People going to stop listening to this. People are not going to listen to this that much.
I don't believe that.
Going forward.
I don't believe that.
Bro.
The numbers don't stop after a week.
It's a few songs on there that you'll spin, but you're not playing this album nowhere near like anybody would have played the last album.
We'll see in a month. We'll see in a month where his numbers at. He'll probably be platinum in a month and a half, 2 months at the max.
Yeah, I don't really see him having any problems selling still, but
that's what I'm saying.
Definitely. I thought it wasn't great. I was expecting a lot more from Roddy Rich. I've heard much better music from him as a whole. So, maybe
one album. Yeah, one album.
No, I've heard all his mixtapes. See, that's the difference between me and you. Like,
I've heard those too.
His entire catalog.
I'm not doing that.
His entire catalog.
I've listened to those too. He's not getting credit for what he's done on those. He's getting credit for his debut album. That's where his shit launched off at.
Okay.
Those little mixtapes, ain't worried about those at all. They ain't really hit nothing. They ain't hit like he wanted them to, like an album did.
Yeah, I don't know. But look, Roddy gonna have to switch it up. He gonna have to. Hey, it don't hurt to fucking go in there and write something. Every once in a while. Anybody saying you got to write all your music?
It's not
Just
part,
write something.
That's not even part of rapping no more either. Nobody write word. Rapping is writing
Wayne
is dead.
started that shit, but it's like everybody's not.
You wonder why I say what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't even care about what they rapping.
It's a lot of.
They just rapping.
It's only a few.
So why would lyrics ever matter if you could do that and make hits and be on top? Why would you want to actually start writing bars down?
Because they're gonna see.
All right.
See people still care.
It's
about
not gonna change.
what
It's not gonna change.
It's not just flows. 'Cause I mean, I don't even think his flows are that catchy on here. Like, I don't think he got enough switches and stuff like that.
That's what I like about him the most. I thought he did pretty well on that.
I was looking for more like. I mean, I feel like the first album was a lot of parts where I'm like, I didn't even know that was the same artist. You know, I mean, I guess since I'm expecting it more this time, then maybe it didn't hit me as hard. But I just didn't feel it. It wasn't much. It wasn't much feeling in this album. It doesn't feel like it was cooked with love. It's like it's a bunch of industry shit.
Like it was cooked with love.
For real, man. That's just how I feel about it. Like I don't know. One of the highlights on the album to me was a snare drum that they used, and I thought that was really interesting and made the beat really unique on No Way. That was one of the highlights that I took away from the album was a fucking snare drum.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying.
It's been a couple of days.
We got any other music to get to?
I didn't listen to anything.
I didn't either.
Oh, what about this? Y'all, I shared it in the chat. This Lil Durk, and what the fuck is this guy's name? Something Morgan.
I think it's Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen? Do you listen to that shit?
It's super random. I did.
Fucking random as shit.
Very random. I didn't even hear about it or anything.
Why is this Lil Durk song?
Yeah, that was another question I had.
Why is this Lil Durk song and not Morgan Wallen's
It's a very interesting way to put it out.
Yeah, right. This dude is singing 75% of the song. And really, it's a great song.
I read his song. He might just put the names backwards.
No, it's Lil Durk featuring Morgan Wallen.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I thought it sounded pretty cool. I gotta say, at this point, I'm pretty open to most music, and country was like the one holdout for me that I was like, there's just no country that I want to listen to. Still not something.
And then Lil Nas X.
He honestly did.
He did.
It honestly did.
Then came Lil Nas X.
Well, country's been going very pop for a long time.
Right.
Country fans, old country fans hate it.
Right.
And the more pop and the more they're mixing in rappers and shit, it's more like just pop music at this point. I didn't hate it. I liked the song. I thought it was pretty cool.
It was a good song.
Pretty cool song.
But I was like, damn, I didn't really need Lil Durk on it. That's why I was like, that's what fucked me up. Like
That's wild from you.
I didn't really need Lil Durk on that song.
I hear he did
I like
a little bit of a rock country type shit too, like the way he was singing it.
Yeah, I like that
soul
shit. And then with the hip hop
Nelly
type
on?
beat though,
Something like that.
with the hip hop type beat though, like I mean that's a fire like combination.
Yeah, for sure.
Like look, I mean Durk only had one verse on his own track. And he didn't do the hook or anything, so it's like, well, we didn't really need you here. That's just how I felt about it, but it was a good song.
It was alright. I could have did without it.
Yeah, you ain't fuck with it. Dude was killing it, bro. I never heard any of his music before.
So does it change anything if I tell you he's the one that had gotten in trouble like 6 months back for saying the N-word when he was drunk?
Oh yeah, it was one of them.
That was that
right?
guy. That was him.
Well, it makes it even stranger.
I don't know his music at all. I only know his name.
Oh, this is why he's doing it.
I assumed that would be.
Oh, so this is why he's doing it. Damn, shout out to his management team.
Hey, they had to make it happen.
Get a song with one of the biggest rappers in the world. This apology will work. He says it all the time.
I don't
this
think
apology will work. I don't know if that's the angle, but yeah, I see what you're trying to say.
That's definitely it.
Yeah, I knew this is where
definitely it.
I knew this is where this was going when I brought it up. So
I mean, come on. Come on, how convenient. Come on.
You think?
Come on.
How convenient.
Jack Harlow. You could have done one with Jack Harlow.
You think he
could have got a track with G-Eazy.
Let me ask you a question. You think Morgan Wallen is worried about bringing in the black fan base? That's who he's trying to apologize to. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's a good point. He probably doesn't give a fuck about that shit.
No.
I mean, those 2-3 sales per year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil Nas X's sale.
that was the first time I didn't even know. Like you said, I remember that story, but I didn't even know the guy's name.
Yeah, I remembered his name as soon as I saw that, but I don't know anything else about him. But interesting song. Good,
I mean, who saw that coming?
Morgan Wallen and Lil Durk. What was the name of the song?
The shit's called
Broadway Girls.
Yeah, Broadway Girls. That's what I'm saying. This is not Lil Durk's song.
Nah.
It's not Old Block Girls.
I heard they had a video.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
It's not your song.
When I first played it, I didn't really pay attention to the name. So when they started singing the hook, it sounded like they were saying, "We say I don't want it nothing to do with no brown leg girls."
I thought that's
I thought he said brown leg. I was like, "Hey, yo!" I saw Broadway. I was like, "Oh, all right."
I thought the same
I
thing.
swore he said brown leg
Oh,
girls.
that's hilarious.
He probably did.
I'm like,
Knowing him,
what the fuck is this shit about?
I mean, knowing him, I wouldn't put it past him, right?
That's hilarious.
So he really went for it right there, huh?
Want nothing to do with these brown leg girls.
Yeah, that shit threw me off. I just played it and just walked off, and it was just like, oh, brown leg girls.
That's hilarious.
Why you don't want no brown leg girls? What's going on?
This is a very interesting pairing. It's like, whose album is that going to end up on?
Yeah, right. If it goes well, both of them.
Yeah, right. I guess so.
If it streams well, we'll put it on everybody's album.
That's how it works.
I'm sure to do something. It's going to be. I'm sure it's a gang of white girls out there who love Morgan Wallen and listen to a Lil Durk.
Probably so.
On their part time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe so.
From back in blood to Broadway girls.
Well, it gets
about a year apart.
Talk about range.
Stuff.
Let's get it, man. Urban Liar. Let's talk about this guy.
You thought that was going to hit more than it did, huh?
It did.
It wasn't creative enough.
Oh, man.
Well, fuck it, man. That's what he is. He's
are
Urban Liar.
What do you want to talk about?
He's fired, bro.
He is fired.
Fucking fired. I know y'all thought I was like, yo, this dude is fucking.
Urban Meyer.
I saw it coming. I could smell that shit.
Urban Meyer is the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars,
job.
or was the coach.
Good job.
Did do another
No one
one?
wants credit for that one. No,
I
saw this coming.
I missed it
saw
all
it
the
coming.
way.
They did no jokes. He wanted credit that he saw this coming.
Oh, you saw that he's about to get fired.
Good job.
No, I've been on his ass for like since he got hired. When he fucking did that Tebow.
But so he was on his ass since he put Tebow in position.
Once he did that, bro, you knew he was a clown, bro. He was a joke. That's what he did.
Once
that.
he did that, he could have won the Super Bowl, and you'd have stuck with your initial plan.
Look, I'm just saying, it's nothing an actual NFL coach would do. That's all I'm saying. So shit like that, bro, is this football?
I mean, he didn't make the team, so it's whatever.
Yeah, let's talk about
should
what he
never got
got fired for. Let's not go back to your old point.
It starts with that.
No.
Secondly, it starts with him
We're going through the timeline.
not flying back with the team after they got fucking pummeled by the Bengals.
I already did it a couple times too. That was just the one we heard about.
Oh, I mean, right, that's what I'm saying. He lost respect from the get-go. You bring in Tim Tebow, you don't fly back with your team. The guys don't respect you here. It's only right that some stories start to leak out about you.
Well, apparently he ain't respect none of them either.
None of his coaches either. I truly believe the story that he sat down his coaches and said, all you guys are losers. And you have to prove to me why you guys are not losers.
I can see that.
I know you said you didn't believe that shit, right?
I heard he's had that track record though. It's like
I don't know. I don't know either way. I think at this point it's unlikely that all of these stories are true, but he clearly was a terrible coach, and I don't think he's a good person on top of that. So no, I mean, I'm not going to defend these stories and say they didn't happen, but it just got to the point where it was every day it was somebody had a story of this happened to me, and I'm like, I doubt it. But they got rid of him. The kicker thing was the final incident.
Was the kicker?
The kicker was he was still on the team, or he's cut?
No, he's not on the team. Right?
That's what I thought. So
they cut him I think before the season, or like at week 5 or some shit like that.
He says some kind of story about Urban kicking him in practice.
In the hamstring.
And it sounds like it was like with enough force that it like really pissed this dude off. He was like, don't fucking touch me. And Urban said, I'm the coach. I'll kick you whenever the fuck I want to. And that was really the story.
He said he never addressed them by name. Like they were just punter, kicker, and long snapper.
Just for those three.
Just for those three.
The whole team.
No. Just for those three, like the specialists.
I believe that.
Yeah, he never addressed them by name.
Yeah, he sounds like a dickhead.
He had no chance. He had no chance. Every single week there was something, whether it was like a really huge story or just like a completely mismanaged point of the game or something. There was just every week there was something that he was
James
messing
Robinson shit where he benches James Robinson for fumbling, and what is it? Carlos Hyde fumbles in the same game and he doesn't get benched, but Carlos Hyde is one of his boys from Ohio State. So
I mean, how many times has I just went blank on his name, but the quarterback
Trevor
Lawrence has multiple times after a game had to like correct something that was some bullshit that's out there. Like one was I don't know how to run a quarterback sneak, and he's like, I could run that, and we should have. Another time it was James Robinson not playing. He was like, we've got to find a way to get James the ball.
Yeah, he's like, that's one of our best players.
The rookie quarterback shouldn't have to make coaching corrections. That's not a good.
It's like simple things. Like James Robinson got off last year. Why isn't he getting the ball?
Yeah, and he's asking
what are we talking about?
They asked Urban Meyer about it after the game, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'll leave that up to positional coaches. To have your best players on the fucking field, you don't notice,
right?
What?
You know, come on, bro. Stop telling these lies." I think they asked him about some guy who was on the defensive side of the ball who had been playing better, and he was like, yeah, he's been playing better. We've been trying to get him more snaps each week. He looked at the defensive snaps. The guy didn't play any.
He had zero.
He had zero fucking snaps.
It's the same one I was trying to think of.
And the game just ended. It's like you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't care.
But I think it's just it's that coming from that college coach mentality. He was the man in college.
Oh yeah,
so they probably enabled all types of shit for him in his whole career. So when he came in the league, that shit ain't gonna change. He probably really think like he the man now coming onto a fucking NFL team.
Yeah, and he hasn't lost much in his career, so he probably didn't know how to respond. So getting a lap dance after one is completely acceptable.
Yeah, that was a regular night after a Florida Gators game. Like what we talking about?
Yeah, I get it. You don't know how to respond.
So it's just like he doing what he probably been doing his whole career, but we just is a more of a spotlight because he's in the NFL and he's on a losing ass team.
I thought it was interesting that they fired him with cause and said that they're not going to pay him.
Yeah, I seen that.
Enough about that to like really speak on it in detail, but they seem to be saying we fucked up hiring you for sure,
right?
But you fucked up enough. We're not giving you a dime.
Yeah, he must have had a clause in his joint where he fucked up.
He has enough incidents where they can clearly file that.
Yeah.
And his lawyers are gonna come back. It's gonna be a bunch of back and forth. He's gonna get something, probably more. But you making headlines every week. You're the coach causing the drama.
Right.
He's like across the board spoken about as like the worst coach hire in NFL history.
Wow.
Like I don't think he even fights back a ton. I'm not going to just let it go. He's got too much pride and shit. But I don't think he ends up winning much money from
right. He's not. But he tried to bring in the racist coach. They said knowing that he was racist.
Yeah, before that was actually the first problem.
Yeah, that was the first problem that he had. Like, come on, bro. It was just so many different things that he did along the way. It was just like.
Aaron Hernandez is still here. He definitely would have picked him up.
Probably so.
Right on that field.
Like we've talked about that, and they talk about it all the time. Anytime a coach comes from college to pros, NFL or NBA, just the difference between being like the authoritative figure that tells kids what to do compared to like the leader of men trying to get them to.
It's completely different.
The only person that's been successful is Pat. That's the only person that's been successful is Pat. That came from college.
Where did he coach college?
USC.
I don't think I even knew that.
I mean, not Pat. Fucking Pete Carroll. Excuse me.
Okay. I
don't know where I got Pat from, but
I
Pete.
was thinking Pat.
Oh no, I mean,
I was thinking Pat Riley the whole time.
Yeah, not Pat.
He's not the only one. Only one recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like pretty successful. Ain't even that kind of died off.
Your guy for the Celtics, like he didn't win a championship, but he.
I was thinking about football, but
enough to where like he was able to handle college and NBA players. Like I think Urban came in and just went, this is Ohio State again. I tell everybody what to do. I make all the calls. Everybody kiss my ass kind of stuff. And
like, dog, these grown ass men with millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Right, they made more money than you more. You seen him and was it Marlon, what's the guy's name? The wide receiver?
I saw something about this, but no.
Chanel?
What happened?
That's fucking. What's the wide receiver's name for
the Jags?
Jacksonville that they just signed? Marvin Jones.
Marvin
Yeah.
Jones.
Him and Marvin Jones had got into like a big back and forth, and they said that Marvin Jones had left the facility.
Oh, really?
I can see that.
And they had asked him about it the next day. Of course, Urban Meyer said it wasn't an argument. Well, they don't know what they're talking about. Marvin Jones said straight up, let's just say that we had a conversation like grown men.
As he should.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it was. He was just trying to blame everything on the wide receiver group and talking to the wide receiver coach like he was a piece of shit too. Like, I don't know. I mean, and you could tell how arrogant he was, especially in that last press conference that he had where he was addressing those stories that came out. And he was like, well, and if there is somebody leaking stories, they're fired. I mean, within seconds.
I saw that.
Like, what are you talking about? They're fired within seconds. You don't know who it is. You have no idea.
It's Urban's world, bro. You ain't know?
They're fired within
world.
seconds.
It's a weird response.
Yeah, this
Didn't
just a
seem
strange
prepared
guy.
for anything. That's all.
This is nonsense. We're not going to talk about this nonsense.
No fucks given.
I mean, look, once you start breaking records for the Jags, like the bad ones, this is time for you to go. Once you, like the stat was the Jags hadn't been shut out in the game since 2004.
I got you.
Right. Since what?
I can do
Watch
that.
this.
Right. Come on. As bad as they've been, as many coaches as they've been through, and this is the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
come on, you know you're not the guy at that point.
Hey, they hired a record-breaking coach.
They did.
What more can
And
you
he
ask
continues
for?
to do it. He continues to do it. It's just he also, I think I don't think they've ever fired a coach mid-season, or there's something along those lines of, or maybe he's the first college coach not to
even make it a
finish
full year.
not
First
to even
year.
finish his full year in the NFL.
Even Saban did his year.
Yeah.
Right, it did his time and got the fuck up out of there.
They said he signed him in January or something, right?
Yeah, didn't even make it a full year. 13 games. He got him the fuck out of here.
Well, let's
Sad
talk
story.
about a decent coach, or at least seems to be doing his job well right now.
Oh, who'd that be?
Deion Sanders,
Hey,
Jackson State, the
Oh,
big
big
news
prime.
of the week before they got smacked in their bowl game that I bet
oh
on.
my God, they were
Legend.
so bad. They're an awful team.
Oh, so bad. But the big news was the number one recruit overall. I don't even know where he was going to, but he switched from whatever school he was going to Jackson State.
Probably all of them.
Yeah, it was with some big SEC school, I'm sure.
Well,
So that was huge news. I thought he was a quarterback. I just found out that he's a running back / DB.
oh,
Did y'all know that?
No, I didn't know what position he played.
The recruit that they
I figured he was
He's
something.
a wide receiver / defensive back, I thought.
Okay.
Yeah,
Something like that.
same.
I thought he was a quarterback. And then as soon as I turned on the game that morning, I found
Travis
out that
Hunter.
Deion's son is the quarterback for Jackson State.
Yeah.
Didn't know that either. I knew he had a son on the team. I think he has
Shadori
two.
Sanders. Yeah.
I didn't realize he was a quarterback, though.
Yeah.
He had pretty good numbers. So anyway, now he's got
Did he?
this. Yeah.
That dude sucks. Last time
I mean, for
when
his
I watched him play,
They were 11-1. I mean,
Yeah.
they got,
I mean, right,
they
yeah,
got
they-
smacked in that game, and he didn't look great.
I'm saying
He
I
threw a bunch
typed in
of
his
interceptions.
highlights. There's all plays of him running the ball.
Got you.
Not much of him actually throwing the football.
Seemed like he had good numbers from what I saw, but college is hard to say.
Right.
Either way, the news
HBCU,
was
sad to say, but they don't throw the ball as much as the bigger schools.
I would assume
So,
talent
Yeah.
have a lot to do with that.
But the big news either way is that they landed this number one recruit in the entire nation.
yeah.
It's really
Flipped
cool.
him, they
just a
said.
yeah.
He was supposed to go to Florida State.
Oh, that's right.
The guy was supposed to go to
It was
Florida
State.
And
Make it even worse.
Deion went to Florida State.
Yeah.
did.
Well, Deion talked about it, and he said he was talking about I forget all the stuff he named, but he was talking about just playing both ways of the football and stuff, and this being
baseball.
a good fit for him and that kind of thing. So I don't know. Deion was talking about a lot of stuff that he connected with the kid on, but I mean, this could change. It could change everything at this point. Now that it's happened once, it just takes one before people start to follow.
But didn't he get?
Deion
He
making
got
a change.
some last year, right? He like some not like top 5 recruits necessarily, but
I'm sure.
Yeah, he got some pretty
Got some
big
decent
name
players.
recruits.
Yeah, it would have had to because I don't think they were a good team before, and they went 11-1 this year. So
Right.
whatever he brought in was doing well anyway. But to steal somebody from a Power 5 conference was crazy. Mm-hmm. And he's obviously building a program with all the people that he brings in. as far as like motivational speakers and stuff for the team. He has resources that nobody else at his college level coaching has.
Right.
And there's few in the entire nation that has the resources that he has.
Just imagine though if all the players like went to HBCUs.
That's the change they're trying to make.
The power, like those would be the power conferences.
Yeah.
Man. It's like,
that's what I'm telling you,
it would change the whole landscape. Like, imagine how Alabama would feel. You know, like if all the recruits just started going there.
It would change everything. Because, you know, I think these colleges live off, you know, their state or their whatever they're from, and the people have that fandom of it. But it wouldn't matter if they didn't get the players. If they couldn't get the best players in the country, they wouldn't be good.
Right.
So if they start going to other schools, it's going to change everything.
All right. I mean, I think it's dope. It's a pretty cool thing for sure for them to do that. But how many people are going to do it going forward? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a big surge.
Starts with one.
It starts with one. I'm kind of pissed at the people who are giving the kid backlash for doing it.
I haven't seen much.
Really? Mm-mm. People are saying he's stupid for making the decision just because, you know, Jackson State he's not going to get the looks that he would in the NFL. It's not going,
it's not true.
You know, he's not going to get as much exposure to like competition and stuff like that there.
I think it's reasonable. True. I think that's partial. For sure. It may not be a legitimate criticism or to say that he's stupid for doing it, but I think that's a legitimate point. But whoever's first is always going to take all the bullets.
Right.
Everything could be perfect. Like the scenario could make perfect sense and there could be no legitimate takeaways. And because he's the first one to do it, he's going to take bullets.
If you got talent, them NFL scouts going to find you.
Right. The NFL
like we got legends. What, Jerry Rice went to HBCU, didn't he?
Walter Payton, Jerry Rice.
It's been legends that went to HBCU. So it's like,
I don't think nowadays the ability to be seen, I don't think that's a legitimate argument, especially when you've got Dion as the coach. He's bringing so much. The scouts are going to see you.
Yeah.
Right, regardless.
The level of competition is a legitimate thing.
True. I mean,
as far as right now, 10 years from now, if you do have a bunch of recruits,
right, but that doesn't change anything but a few places in the draft. You know, a few picks in the draft. That's it. It's not. But even still,
like we've seen, like to go against that, we've seen people in these players in these Power 5 conferences to play against the best players or whatever and come in the league and still not be good.
Yeah.
Nothing's
guaranteed. It's just odds, just giving yourself the best possible odds.
Right.
But like I said, somebody's got, if the mold is going to be broken, somebody has to do it. And he's going to take criticism. As long as he plays well, all that criticism goes away.
Exactly.
And just one person doing it, well, I guarantee they're going to have more recruits flip for this upcoming season.
Of course.
They just needed somebody to step out and say it's okay to do it.
It starts with one.
Yep.
Once everybody see, we can do this. We can do it. We're going to do this then.
Very cool.
I think in basketball, was it Mikey Williams? He did it last year when you say he was going to HBCU.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the top prospects in the country.
Yeah.
And he switched his joint. It all starts with one.
Right, and it just doesn't really matter when you're one of these top prospects. The NFL's not just gonna stop following you. Mm-hmm. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, then you're still gonna stay on that radar.
Raw talent,
right? You're gonna get drafted where you should be drafted. So, I don't think people talking about them making a mistake for those type of reasons are necessarily correct. Like I said, some of the points are correct. You know, it is what it is when it comes to that. But you can say that about a lot of players that's been drafted in the NFL and are succeeding. Nobody's going to remember that Khalil Mack came from Buffalo State. They just know that he's whooping ass on Sundays. Mm-hmm. So, it's just overstated when it comes to stuff like that. But shout out to them, man. And shout out to Dion for that. I mean, goes from bringing Brittany Renner in to talk to him to flipping the number one recruit. Hey, this dude's making headlines every week.
I heard that short the deal. I was like, that's what Coach doing over there?
Teaching them about life.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these dudes really did. He told them straight up, I'll probably be $2 million richer or $20 million richer, he said, if I would have had somebody come speak to me about this stuff. Hey, that's the truth.
I believe it.
So, hey, shout out to him.
I'm still not buying the Brittany Renner thing, but it's not anything.
I think it's a bit silly.
Yeah, I don't see any value in it at all.
It could be value. There's some simps out there, dog.
Any value that you could take teaching from her story, you could teach from showing the A.C interview. Like bringing her into the team. I don't see any actual benefit.
It would only give me ideas.
Yeah, right.
Like maybe I could be next.
I mean, I can see what he was trying to do with it. You have a little bit more of an impact when you actually bring one of the ones that they know out here to speak to you and tell you how you're supposed to be moving. Like you hear it from the horse's mouth. I think it's a different thing. Maybe I can see where he's going.
Do you think she had anything of value to say? I think all of the value would be letting her speak, and then when she leaves, you teach the team about this is what like you're looking to avoid. I mean, on the contrary,
she was telling them how you should not think you should look at me and give up all your money and get influenced. She was saying like be against falling into fucking with somebody like me.
Would you trust? Would you trust anybody that comes in and says like you should avoid people like me?
Yeah,
that sounds like a super red flag.
Yeah, I probably would. I'm not gonna think they lying. I mean, you're not gonna shit on yourself and lie about shit.
I'm not listening to somebody like that. There's no chance.
If she came in there, it was like, yeah, you got to find somebody like me and have me somebody like me on your arm. It's like, oh, what's going on? Like, I get it, but it's a little pushy.
Right. I mean, I'm not completely against it.
But don't get me wrong, I'm not on the train of how she's been on this little circle of interviews. I don't understand why she's getting that much attention.
She has no value.
To go viral and shit like that. Nah, I don't understand.
There's no value except for entertainment of getting to watch.
That's all it is.
A.C or somebody like say wild shit back to her.
It's too much.
Right. I mean, she's been on everything. No Jumper, Kevin Samuels, fucking DJ Academics, Jackson State.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm not mad at it. Overall, I just thought it was odd. It was odd, but hey, somebody got to be the first to do it, I guess, right? That's what we're talking about.
I guess.
You never know. She could be traveling all across to all HBCUs now. Got her little HBCU deal.
College tour?
Yeah. Interesting.
Where we at? We're
gonna get into some football.
We in sports. Sports time?
Yeah, man.
Well, off the bat, which is affecting all sports, COVID taking these leagues out right now.
Yeah.
Taking everybody out.
And it's the fucking variant or whatever.
Right.
It's just stupid, man.
Pussies.
It's just fucking stupid, man. I'm tired of this shit.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do because it's obviously getting out of control. The NFL, I mean, that's the worst one. The NBA, it's easy to cancel games, make games up, throw them on a schedule another time. Browns are supposed to play Christmas night. I'm sorry.
Right.
Oh wow.
They're playing Monday night. There's 2 games going on tomorrow night. Like, those teams are going to have to play on Sunday. There's just all kinds of fucked up stuff.
Good for them.
At the very end of the season, it's just terrible.
I'm so glad that these teams have this problem.
Oh, my God.
I'm so glad people have this problem.
Nobody gives a fuck about your
okay. I didn't say that. I just said I'm glad. I didn't say anything else, but I'm glad.
I already know. You whined and bitched
about
it.
I'm so fucking glad that everybody else has this problem.
Yeah, he was the only team to get affected by it. Like, that's why.
Seriously.
You all won.
No, we're not. Yeah.
It was like that last year, bro. It was bad teams that was affected.
Eat that, Browns. How you like that?
Oh, shit.
So I don't give a fuck. I'm glad they got the problem.
This is becoming a common trend where y'all getting off with these late games against y'all division rivals because of COVID.
Is that what does that mean?
That happened last year. The Ravens they lost their people before y'all played them. And
we don't play them
Browns
next.
And
we don't play them next.
Y'all don't play them no more.
No, we don't play them again.
That's what I'm saying.
But we don't play them next though.
I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Whatever. But I mean, hey, I'm glad they got their problems. I don't give a fuck about ours. So hey, that's how it goes.
They're not supposed to.
Well, let's talk about your team.
We starting there?
Yeah, let's start there.
That one was a Thursday night game. Let's go all the way back to the Thursday night game.
Yeah, we got to start from the beginning. Timeline.
Our game was Saturday. We won Thursday night.
Whatever.
Shit. What you want me to say? No, I ain't got nothing. Am I plugged up still? I ain't got much to say. I'm just let my mans that don't have much to say something.
Look, fellas, I apologize if, I seemed like I was a little short with you after the game. obviously a frustrating game, down 20-0, didn't do anything well enough. I mean, there isn't really much to say at that point without watching the film. Clearly, we had problems in every area.
Yeah.
So, there was no simple answer, and every play could have been better. Every area of coaching could have been better. Every area of playing could have been better.
Right.
And any of that would have helped. So
pretty much. That's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I concur, Mr. Billy B, that had a shitty game, shitty night. Colts had our number, came out aggressive, couldn't get shit done.
Jonathan
couldn't
Taylor,
get shit going till late. Well, it was too late.
That dude's a beast. But I mean, look, I think the Patriots are a good team.
Yeah, we're straight.
But
we was on a little winning streak. It had to come to an end at some point.
Yeah,
I'd rather it come to an end now than in the playoffs.
If you make it, which they probably will, no doubt.
Yeah, we'll be in there.
But I mean, to me, the defense is solid. The offense is pretty good. But you got a sore thumb right there, and it is Mac Jones. Regardless of how good he's played or playing, not say that he has a bad game, he's still a rookie quarterback. And what you want to do
is 7 weeks, and now he has sore thumb. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. He's not the strength of your team.
In fairness, he's been saying it while you've been winning too.
No, it happened like last week. Before he was all on Mac. I like Mac Jones. It was all like Mac Jones for like 4 or 5 weeks. And then once we got on the win streak, now it's like, here it's gonna come. He's gonna start failing, and now he having a bad game. So you feel like you're right.
I don't think he didn't have a bad game.
Do you have any? You don't have any concerns about him though for the playoff run?
I mean, of course, you're gonna have rookie concerns, but our game plans aren't necessarily built around him willing us to the win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, though. At some point, you're going to run into some good teams where they're going to make that your game plan. Just like the Colts, they're going to say, hey, we're not going to let you do all this check down underneath shit and we're going to stop the run. We're going to make Mac Jones have to throw the ball down the field. Right. And that's exactly what you want.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
He got 2 TDs on the day. I mean, it wasn't crazy.
No,
he had a slow start.
He didn't play a terrible game.
So it won't,
He didn't play awful, but they wanted him to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the game plan when you play the Patriots. If you're a decent team or a good defense, we're gonna smash the run. We're gonna stop all of this underneath shit and make you have to throw the ball downfield. And that's just not something
pretty well.
that Mac Jones.
We ain't have Dame Harris this weekend. We wish we'd have had him, but we was expecting Ramondre to step it up like he did before. But
he's been a beast all year.
The Colts have one of the best run defenses in the league, so it's a different situation with them. But so if we had Dame, I think we would have had a little better fight. But it is what it is. Bad game, took a L. But we moved back up to the top thanks to y'all. Y'all be looking out. You know what I'm saying? It seems like y'all playing for us now. You know what I'm saying?
Not playing for the Steelers.
Yeah, drop down to 3, back up to 2. Appreciate that win y'all got.
Hey, I'm just saying. But whatever. But I think the Patriots that they're gonna make the playoffs, but ultimately Mac Jones is gonna do them in. But he's a good young player. For sure.
Be all right.
I'm not hating on Mac Jones or anything like that.
We'll be all right.
It's just
as long as that
not gonna do it this year.
We're looking like a contender right now. I'm pretty satisfied where we at right now. I ain't have any beliefs that we was gonna go all the way to winning the Super Bowl. I don't know.
Do you think
we can make it like
playoffs?
that? But we can. I think we can see him again. We probably can see him again if they keep playing.
You say
well.
Yeah.
Who's
at the top of that division? Tennessee.
Yeah. Tennessee is
Oh, they might lose their division. I mean, the Colts might win the division. I think Tennessee might lose out, or at least lose another game.
They're only a game behind.
Yeah.
So
they might win that division ultimately.
Colts play Cardinals, Raiders, Jags. So that's 2 relatively easy games. Cardinals, who knows? They've been all over the place.
Cardinals down right now.
I guess we should talk about them next, huh?
Yeah, may as well. I mean, that was the biggest upset of the week. They got smashed.
It wasn't even close. It was never close.
They joined y'all's club. They can't beat the Lions club. Y'all, Minnesota.
Look,
now the Cardinals.
Some other people were coming along. Look, this is bound to happen.
Lions is they've been this team all year where it's like, all right, we know you got this team on the schedule. You don't know what you're gonna get.
I hate
because they're gonna play hard and be in the fucking way when they should just lay down, but they actually playing hard in these games. So,
this was bound to have an
ass whooping like this.
Yeah, about to say this is an example of them dominating.
Right.
We haven't seen that at all at any point. No. Yeah, we've seen them play hard to the end, whistle to whistle. Fuck yeah, but not this. Not smack around the team.
Dan Campbell, Coach of the Year. Got to give it to him.
You got to give it to him off this one win.
Got to.
I like
Two
the dude.
wins now.
I like him.
And a tie.
Yeah, you throw that in there.
Can't leave that out.
Whatever.
2.5 wins.
2.5 wins.
Again, against Mason Rudolph, I think we should at least get like 75% of that time.
No excuses.
I want to say
no excuses.
Mason was playing. We got to put that in context.
No excuses.
People are not going to remember that, but Mason played. Okay,
doesn't matter.
It don't.
But man, how did that happen, bro? How does
I
that
was
happen?
watching some of it. They was just. It was on Kyler's ass at the end of the day.
He played an awful game.
It was getting a lot of pressure on him. It's like it seemed like he couldn't stay in the pocket at all the whole game. So, that throws off your whole offense.
Oh.
And no D-Hop playing, of course, but
yeah, he's out for
a year, right?
Yeah, we're done for the season.
It's not looking good. Not looking good for them as far as making a Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're
trending the wrong way.
Yeah, some of those teams.
They're probably still like a decent team, but they're not hitting the stride when you're supposed to.
Right.
I mean, you just expect that.
They had your best offensive weapon at the end of the year. It kind of hurts your chances.
It very much hurts.
not to lose 30-9 or whatever that score was to the Lions.
It just is what everybody's got injuries. Nobody cares. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true, but nobody cares. Everybody's got to deal with them.
Right. I mean, look at the Ravens. The Ravens wouldn't lose that game. They didn't actually.
They tried.
They still didn't lose.
Ravens suck though.
They lost though.
I don't know.
Are we getting to that game?
Let's just say, hold on, because we can talk about the Ravens too. Fuck analytics, man. Analytics got to go out the fucking door because that's what happened with the Chargers as well too. The Chargers did that stupid shit where they went for 4th down 72 times and got it twice the entire game. And if they would have just kicked all of the field goals, they would have won the game against the Chiefs instead of. I'm not saying that you can never go for 2 or go for it on 4th down, but they can't just be all analytics based. It has to be a team feel as well too. Like, I mean, I don't get what these coaches are going for or what they're looking to do here.
Well, first, I like to give this motherfucker, I'm gonna call him Lamar Huntley now, his props. Because he did something that no other Raven player has ever done. And that's throw 2 TDs and run 2 TDs.
That's crazy.
Not even Lamar has done that after his MVP season.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's
kind of wild. But he had 4 total TDs on the day, and he looked very Lamar-esque out there. Probably not as fast, but just the way he played just like Lamar. It's almost like they play the same exact game.
Yeah, I mean,
he looked super comfortable and shit. He's gonna get dumb paid off of that game.
Yeah, and his arm, he's throwing the ball pretty fucking well. Andrews is connecting like
his last 3 games or so. He's always played well. Like his completion percentage has been good. He hasn't really turned the ball over like that. He has some errant throws here and there, but other than that, I mean, he plays pretty well. I think he has like some situational growth that needs to be done, like, you can't take a sack here or can't run out of the pocket this direction. But all that stuff can be coached.
Yeah.
Right now, he has
the main thing of him being the quarterback, being able to stand tall and make plays down the field, that's something that a lot of quarterbacks just can't.
But with that being said, you have your backup quarterback in the game. You going for 2?
Yeah, definitely.
At the end of the game?
Yeah.
After how they just drove down the field like they did, yeah.
100% will.
I'm not going. I'm taking the field goal.
You got Huntley versus Rodgers.
But it's a coin flip.
Doesn't matter.
We're talking about who gets the ball first. It's a coin flip.
There's 40 seconds left in the game.
Put your chances on giving
Aaron Rodgers
the ball.
I don't think that game was going to overtime anyway. Even if they got it, I think Rodgers.
It was 46 seconds left.
But no, I said I didn't like their.
That being said, it's even less. But it makes even less sense to go for the 2 there, though. With that being said,
why?
With 46 seconds left being on the clock,
why?
Because they can just drive down and kick a field goal anyway. You going for 2. You working harder, not smarter. In that situation,
they can do that either way. I hate.
I'm
I
just
would
saying,
say it's the same because then if they get the ball overtime first time, they're going.
You're not going for the win in that situation. That's all I'm saying. You're not going for the win.
I hate this discussion altogether. I hate all the analytics discussion. I hate all the second guessing, fourth down conversions, 2-point conversions. I don't want to hear anybody's opinion unless they have record of it being their opinion before the play happens. Because after it's over, we all get to sit here and say, this is a stupid call, that's a stupid call. I didn't like when they went for 2 against y'all because were they at home?
No. It was at Pittsburgh.
I can't remember what my reason was, to be 100% honest with you. But when we talked about that game, I said I didn't like that decision to go for it there. This past week, I liked it. I thought it made sense because you're going against Rodgers. You made the big comeback. And ultimately, it's Huntley versus Rodgers, so I liked it there. But, like, if it goes right, everybody says they're genius moves. If it goes wrong, then
they've been right with it in the past. People just got to accept that's the Ravens mentality in these situations. So they're going for it. They've been doing it the last 2 seasons.
That's what I do like.
Yeah,
I think everybody's going to have a different opinion on the analytics, if you should use it, yes or no, and how much you should use it.
Yeah.
But I just think I like it when coaches have a plan. Mm-hmm. And Harbaugh clearly has his aggressive mentality, and he sticks with that.
Yeah.
The Chargers guy, the same thing. He has an explanation of exactly why he's choosing to do what he's doing, why he's choosing to do what he did.
You got to live and die by it.
They were 0 for 4. Was it something like that?
Yeah, 0 for 4. Yeah. Then they ran it and got one.
That one was nuts. Like how many times they kept going for it and not getting it. So I understand he was immediately going to be the one to blame for the game. And that's fair.
Yeah.
But I like that he has his decision on how they're going to approach those decisions and keeps it consistent. It is what it is.
Live and die by it. Living and dying.
Yeah, I mean, I get it being consistent with your team understands. But sometimes it's just, you got to do the smart thing, the smart football play.
I will say on the Chargers end, the flip side, he was calling bad plays in those short gain for the 4th down play.
That's fine.
He was doing pass play. Like, at least try to run the ball. You got Eckler back there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm just saying it, and it's not to say that your 3 points are guaranteed. Your kicker can go out there and fucking shank the shit. But man, after we don't get it twice on 4th down, it's just such a morale killer and such a boost for the other team. Momentum swings. You just don't want to get that type of momentum to the other team. And I mean, just take your 3. I think a lot of times you're just overthinking the situation about what things could possibly happen in the future. And why aren't you living in the moment right now? You're down here. Take the points when you can.
I believe it can be there too.
Every week, though, we say when somebody kicks field goals against the Chiefs, it gets said like you can't beat them kicking field goals. Like every single game,
you got to put up touchdowns
every single week.
But that's
so he came out with the game plan that went against it and said, "Fuck it, we're not taking field goals." And then that was wrong because they didn't get the touchdowns. If they got the touchdowns, then every single body that is criticizing that guy says no big deal. You beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, but that shouldn't be the case or the way you're thinking about the Chiefs right now. I mean, I know they've gotten a little hot last few weeks. They scored some points, but up until then, they won't lighten teams up. That's what I'm saying. It should be a field thing. It's not all based on.
They're still a dangerous team, and the Chargers defense ain't been that great.
I think what happens in these situations, though, is that, especially when it's because this is all analytics involved. To me, anyway, it's not fucking Madden. Like all of these players don't have a number. This dude. Justin Herbert isn't going to play a 95 Justin Herbert every fucking play. Sometimes it's going to be a 72. That's just the human element of the game. And you have to be a coach. Like a coach is a good assessment of that. Like I advise you use analytics, but as a tool, it shouldn't be based on every 4th down that we get on their side of the field. We're going for it. Like, no, that's not smart. That's not football. This is why people lose a lot of games that way. To me. It's not NFL caliber football. Like that's what
I hear you, and I don't even disagree fully with what you're saying. But like your backup is, I don't know, is feeling. Like your reasoning, your reasoning is like just you got to have the feeling.
It's momentum. Like
statistics are real. Like,
that's for sure.
It doesn't mean you're going to guarantee your outcome happens the right way. But when they say the analytics, it's just what gives us the highest percentage chance of winning in this scenario. it makes sense. Like I don't think you can argue against it as being a bad choice, but I understand what you're saying, and that like a mixture of both is probably the best.
Yeah, I mean,
method. It's just not something you can. I just hate it when,
regardless of analytics and everything, momentum is probably the most real thing in football, even though it's not tangible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really
all this
kill
depends
your momentum
on the game, the situation, what you win, why are you going for this for? Have you had a hard time getting in the field and now you're finally in the red zone and you got to put us a point? It just depends on the situation of the game.
But I mean, the thing about them, they didn't have a hard time. They never had a hard time moving the ball.
Who?
They had a hard time converting the Chargers.
I mean, yeah.
They just had a hard time converting. So
and they was getting down there and getting in the fourth down situations. They're like, yo, we're not going to keep on coming down to the red zone and not going for a touchdown.
We're pretty much out of time.
That's it.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
We're going to have to cut samples or something. We're like out of time pretty much now. We haven't even talked about it in the game.
Oh, damn, we got the F-15.
Yeah.
All right, time got away from us. I had no idea how long we were into this already, so we're going to skip ahead. There wasn't a whole lot of great football games this week, and we'll be back on covering those next week.
COVID sweeping.
Kyrie Irving. The Nets have a massive outbreak of COVID. They're barely putting together 8 players to get games on the schedule, and they decided, you know what? We're okay with Kyrie being a part-time player that just doesn't play in New York.
Playing all away games.
So they decided that COVID was such a problem.
Except for New York and Toronto, by the way.
In Toronto. COVID was such a dangerous, scary proposition. It's taking out players left and right.
Yeah.
The only way that we can protect this team is to bring in the unvaccinated player.
Yeah.
And he immediately gets COVID.
It's funny how that works.
This whole thing.
Kyrie immediately got COVID?
I believe he's got COVID now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought that's why he was in the protocol.
Oh, I thought that I was like, he's in the protocols to get ready to play. That's why I took that as. Maybe I was wrong about that.
I'm not sure. You might be right.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually got it. I think he's just going through the protocol so he can be able to play next week.
Okay.
Like that.
But didn't they come out and originally say that they weren't going to do this part-time shit, and now that's what they're going to do?
Because it doesn't make sense.
They down man. They ain't got no players. They're literally down to 8 active players right now.
Yeah, but is it?
And KD just got COVID.
So
he's been fucking killing shit.
2 weeks from now, when they have a full roster, are they keeping him part-time? Or are he's done? He's just serving while they need bodies?
I think you got to keep him for the rest of the season now because people are going to keep falling off.
Yeah.
You got to keep him. He won.
They look so stupid.
And the NBA actually implemented a rule where people can sign players. If you get 2 players that had to be out for COVID, you can sign a player to fill a spot.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
To have bodies and stuff.
I think you have that in already, but
the whole Kyrie thing is so stupid. They just look so dumb. I mean, they made the right decision initially to say, like, we can't have you half in and half out. That just doesn't work. I don't think that's going to work. I guess I can't say it doesn't. But they were right. And now they're in need and they come crawling back. It's just hilarious.
It's a terrible look.
So stupid. They could have sat it out.
They look incredibly weak.
Yeah.
They do.
What else can you do? You're not going to leave an all-star not playing when you're a short player. Come on, bro. Come on back. Fuck it. We need you. We need bodies.
Somebody up from the G League.
We need bodies. You're not doing that with Kyrie right there getting paid. He's not playing.
This is the shit though.
But you could not anticipate this.
If it's bad for the team, if it's a bad look to have a part-time player 3 months ago, it still is now.
Right.
Like nothing changed except they're suddenly in need for players. They're canceling games left and right.
It's still a bad look.
Short of players.
Yeah, it's still a bad look for the team because I'm saying it's a win for Kyrie, but it's like what else can you do? You can't stand on the nail when y'all literally about to have not enough players to play games.
Sure you can.
No,
but then don't
it's
you
all
have
about
the
their
same
bread? People need some seats to still get filled, man.
But don't you have the same problem when you come back home? You're still short a player.
Yeah.
He doesn't really fix your problem completely.
Fixes it for the away games.
This is so fucking stupid.
So it's not. I mean, come on.
So y'all think they shouldn't have brought him back?
No, I don't.
Oh, y'all wildin'.
No.
Kyrie, they think Kyrie is
Kyrie's still a top 15, 20 player in this league.
Flex tape, just
bringing that back. I told y'all at the beginning, he just got to wait it out. They shouldn't trade him at all. They're going to need him at some point.
You think from the beginning of the year, they should have let him play part-time?
Yeah. I think they should have played him.
All right.
Because they
That's
was
how you
going.
feel.
I feel like at some point they was going to need him. At some point, whether it was now,
They don't need
here because of this, or because of the playoffs.
They the best team in
That
the
first
East.
in the
Because of
East,
the
they
playoffs.
don't need him. They never needed him. They panicked.
Okay.
I would have brought somebody up from the G League just to stand on my point even more.
It's never going to be a bad idea to bring one of your all-stars back on the team.
If it was bad for the team months ago, nothing's changed. They look foolish. They look like clowns.
We're just going to disagree. They're not going to look like clowns going to that damn finals this year.
They were going there anyway.
I'm taking the Bulls out the East.
I think you need Kyrie in these playoffs.
I'm taking the Bulls over them. I'm just playing because they got KD. So KD makes everything different. But it's not going to be because of Kyrie. He can only participate in half the games.
Are y'all going to still do this? Y'all still going to
I'm saying
Kyrie?
in the seven
still
game
Kyrie.
series.
It has nothing to do with Kyrie. I'm hating on the Nets. I think people are fucking clowns when they say that we're not going to do something because X reason. Nothing changed except they're in a different spot now, and now all of a sudden they need him. If it was bad for the team back then, it's bad for the team now to have a player half in and half out. I just don't respect that.
Yeah, I don't respect it either.
Here we getting the goat, man.
It reminds me of Bruce Arians when he said
AB.
they did not need AB and he's not
It's
a fit
clown.
for the team.
It's clown
and then all of a
shit.
sudden you turn around and sign him. Like, come on, yeah, it's clownish behavior.
Just say I'm a lying piece of shit.
Right.
Don't
right.
give me nonsense. Just say I'm a lying piece of shit.
Right, and look, ultimately
That's a
it
little
worked out for
different when
them.
it was like a week later. Like it wasn't like nothing like happened for him to make that change. It was like, yo, y'all really just went ahead and signed him. Like, why you was saying y'all won't sign him?
What
What are you talking about?
Like the timing of that,
Of what?
of him saying that they won't sign him, and then a week later they signed him.
Oh, I honestly tuned out part of what Carl was saying. I thought he was talking about the more recent situation where after they signed him, they said that if anything happens, he's
That
cut
too.
immediately.
Well, that too.
And then the fake vax card came out, and they were like, well, we're going to decide if
Now
we
the
want
down
him
wide
as a part of the
receivers.
team.
So yeah, they can't cut him now.
Oh, are y'all talking about that? All right.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm talking about all of it, really.
Just talking about anybody that says something, they're standing on, this is what I'm standing on, that their situation slightly changes a little bit, and suddenly their stance on something changes. Those are not people I
You
respect.
don't
I
actually
don't really
have,
hold on
those
to
are
that.
people who really don't have morals and shit, right?
But I don't really hold on.
Because situations change, so the morals go out the fucking window.
It can be some stupid shit in basketball, but it apply if you do it in the stupid
Right,
shit.
yeah, for sure.
Then when something serious happens,
That
you're going
applies
to
to
do
real
the
life.
same thing.
But I understand that. I put more on people taking their stances like if it's something personal or actual person going through something, standing on moral ground. When we're talking about a team in a business, ain't no morals in that. We're doing what's best to put out the best product on the floor. It ain't got nothing to do with moral. You're not standing on, you know how stupid you would look if you had to actually postpone the 2 weeks of games when you got Kyrie right there ready to play.
But that's not true. But that's not true because they were standing on the morals of if you will not get vaccinated, we can't have you halfway part of the team. If having him on the team was the only thing, then that would have been something they would have been doing for the past 3 months. Like they determined that his talent, as much as they wanted it, they couldn't allow him to be part-time.
Because it's
Nothing
better
has
on the team
changed.
to stick with the mandate of the city of New York that he can't play. He literally couldn't play. What are you supposed to do?
Nothing has changed now.
You're right.
Right.
Something has changed.
What's disconnected.
Something has changed. They don't have enough players.
Exactly.
That's what changed.
Yeah. We're
It's
saying
a
the
force
exact
of
same
hand.
thing. I'm not getting your point. You're not getting my point, apparently.
You said
no
nothing has
respect.
changed,
That's
and the
it.
reason is because they don't have enough players. That's the reason. That's the change of
There's no
change.
respect in it.
Yeah. We can finish this if you want, but we got to do these samples. We got to do these samples.
Team gonna do what they got to do.
If you're on YouTube, we appreciate you. We'll be back next week. If you're on the audio, samples are coming. We'll be right back.
For sure.